You're zero
myself in
cool.
hopes
This
that we'll
movie
move sooner.
So,
is
on this blessed evening, although we
very
normally
cool.
invest our emotional energy in dicks, this evening we were blessed by tacos. So,
Oh,
Yes.
and thus began our recording.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we doing? We're gonna have a party.
We're having a party.
We're gonna have a party.
Yeah. We're gonna have another party, and it's gonna be great.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill a professor.
are
Yeah.
we going to fight for a right to party?
No, we're just gonna fight.
Evine can give you an in on that professor too, because Evine is a student persona
There was a
That's
whole
right.
thing with Isaac, though.
that Evine has been just maintaining this entire time. What's the name? I know the name brought groans last time. I don't have it in front
I
of me.
know. I want to.
Name for who?
Evine's student persona.
Oh.
That's like a horrible pun name. I forget what it is now.
It's like Incognita or some shit like that. Something fucking horrific.
It has that same energy, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking war crime.
Fucking war crime.
You're welcome.
I don't remember.
Right.
It's too good. It's too
That
good
pun
for
has
school.
you visit her attics
That's
and
right.
shows you her war memorabilia.
I wonder if I
it's
put it in my
here
character
somewhere.
sheet. That would have been smart of me.
I'm sure I wrote it down. I just don't know where it is in here.
Yeah, it would have been a bit ago.
But yeah, anytime we throw parties, it's basically that scene from My Big Fat Greek Wedding where it's like, hey, we're gonna kill you. It's like, ha, 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 ha.
Yep, exactly like that.
I've lost track though. Like, how is it a new day now?
It will be in just a second. I'm waiting to hear. So what happened today was you visited with the recipient of the party,
Yeah.
Governor Perez, to
And there was
announce to him that
Yeah,
Poor
we
little boy
informed
in
him.
the corridor.
Yeah.
To let him know that there was a
There's
party.
gonna be a party in his honor, whether he liked it or not.
Yep.
And yeah, and then we were introduced to
Just
an
harass,
alluring situation.
harass that poor young man
Hell
in the
yeah.
corridor.
Fuck that kid. He,
Oh, yeah,
need-
that's
he
right.
needs to learn some shit.
Right? Yeah, Isaac was sitting out there in the waiting room.
That's right. Now you made him one of your many
Mm-hmm.
pet projects.
Mm-hmm.
Because you collect those.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
play
we do.
Pokemon with
His
all my
ass is-
NPCs.
His fucking ass is lucky we didn't Rocky Horror his ass. Look here, brother. 7 days? You'd be a man.
Okay, the party is in 2 days from that day.
Yeet.
What else do we have to do before then?
Yeah, so today it's the middle of the week and you're gonna run the party.
Actually, I think I have to go and stare at my dress. Like, what?
Yep.
What are you and why?
Are you able to take it off?
The more
I'm not sure.
That may give us a clue.
Does it take itself off of you?
And yeah, does it slither off of you and then crawl back up onto the...
Onto the dress form?
periodically you're just like
It's like...
You come
in,
home,
in the
it's
middle
out
of the
for a
street.
walk.
you know,
It's just, it's an awkward... No, just randomly. It's like, I'm tired of this. And you're
Right.
like, hey,
You didn't kill anyone today.
you just hear like
it slops off,
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yep.
kill someone.
crawls into the
instead.
corner.
there's a voice in your
Out.
ear that's like, I'm gonna go for coffee, I'll meet you back later, and it just slips off.
That's why you were saying you were wearing like a slip underneath it just in
Yes,
case.
Just in case it just came off me.
Just in
yeah.
case it leaves.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're why I have to wear underwear. What?
There's multiple things wrong with this sentence.
This is the game. This is the game we were meant to play.
Yeah.
This is the game you deserve.
That's right.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not the game we wanted. It's the game.
Yeah. It's not the game you need. This is the game you deserve.
Exactly.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, any other things you want to knock off? You have 2 days.
Well, I'm
before
gonna
the
knock
party.
off
So
this
the party's
last
gonna be on
dramatic
the second
wound.
day.
I don't know why they're so handy.
Not as handy for me as they are for you.
No, I was like, yeah, you should take that one. And then we'll just
Reto-
continue to
Reto
build the same
just-
character.
Reto just nurses his wounds all the time.
Well,
Just
this one's
sitting
closing.
there. Yeah, I'm just sitting there picking at it with my knife, with my
Yeah.
fork.
Ew. How do you not have like
Just sepsis.
yes?
Periodically.
No, I do. That's how it stays at one.
You do. You're
It's
just
just a
right.
general.
too tough for it.
That's right.
He's gonna work his way to the sepsis.
Oh my god.
Reto like just falls asleep in near the hearth at night, and then he wakes up and his wound's starting to heal, and he's like, no.
What's that fucking? Someone was like, yeah, that's why Wolverine smokes cigars, because he's basically treating his
Amanda found her secret name.
Oh no.
What is it?
I need a lid.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need a lead.
Need a lead.
I need a lead.
That was it. Gross.
Gross.
I need a lead. I love that you kicked it back up with the wink emoji too. Man, because it's
I need
That's
the
the perfect
Discord
face
to
for it.
announce when I leave. That's what I really need.
I need a lead. Yeah, so Miss Lead has been here and there attending college.
Quotation marks.
So
Me, none of us is here. Yeah, how does Yvonne feel about the creature living in the hearth now? And the bread oven.
Yeah, she's fine with it.
yeah.
I mean, if there's anyone that is,
It has-
it's Yvonne.
If you've ever tried to
Well, I mean, every
sort
night
of
she.
reach some feelers for it, Yvonne, it feels remarkably. I mean, it doesn't have the same signature, but in term of like the power and the kind of creature it is, like it feels remarkably
It would
like
love.
a she.
It would love to know your name.
The very moment of my name.
That's because you're too late.
How else is it supposed to protect the house if it does not know my name? You have no idea this is here, so
Yeah.
we're not talking to you about it.
No, this is entirely out of character. That you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what else does it get?
I feed it.
Oh, and you're feeding it.
Yep.
And you're only getting house protection. Okay.
I mean, every night before she goes to bed, that bread, milk, and refills the teacup before she goes to bed. It's like leaving cookies out for Santa.
And that's also a thing you shouldn't do. He's Faye too. You fucking making these deals.
Don't be drawn dressed into this.
Timing is everything. As Zhenya says, like, I feed it. Like, Ricardo pops in the back and he's like, what should we do with the bloody carpet in the backyard?
It'll be gone soon enough.
It's fine.
It'll be no, it won't be gone. It'll be reclaimed soon enough.
It'll be clean tomorrow. It's fine.
All right.
My sweet boy.
Any other business?
God.
In the next 2 days.
Well, for this evening.
Oh. Okay. No.
No.
No, I'm not going to attack the Professore until after the party.
We should though.
Yeah.
Although it would be perfect to attack
We
him
should.
during the party.
We should though.
Because everyone will be at the party.
So, in the
And he might be at the party, and then he can go missing.
in the movie,
And then there will be a dirty, bloody carpet.
it's
in
a
the
split.
backyard.
It's a split scene of Rethold on the back porch and Zhenya up in the bedroom. Both of them like murder.
Yep.
Murder. Murder.
Okay.
Then the dress appears by itself.
Yeah, no,
I smell it in the air.
A third screen shifts in, and it's just the dress.
Silhouette.
Right. The dress is at the herd, like sipping tea. Just
Don't sip that tea.
Marlene
down.
is in the
Drunk up.
Marlene is in the background, like, come back.
They're gonna know.
what
How
do
they
you do with
gonna
the
know?
dress before you go to bed?
What do I do with the dress? Will I take it off if it lets me?
Oh, you should leave out fucking.
Mhm.
It was like, do you beat the dust out of it? Like
It
a
lets
good
you.
Yeah,
middle-
There's no
middle
difference.
century person?
I put it back on the mannequin.
Does it have to be human?
Okay.
Does it have to be mine?
I just like touch it.
Don't touch it. Why would you touch it?
It's been on her body.
Nothing
It's different. It's
to your touch, although it feels still warm. You know, you had it on just a moment ago, but still, it feels warmer than it should.
It's got a pulse.
I just
It's aroused.
awkwardly pat it and say good night.
It hungers.
It salutes. No, it doesn't. It
Now
stays
I'm
there.
feel weird and I turn the mannequin like away from the bed.
You put it behind the screen, the fucking boudoir screen.
Yeah.
You're like you deserve your own space.
You know when you wake up, it's gonna be right by your nightstand.
Probably.
Leaning.
Caressing your hair.
Right.
Oh God.
It's just in the bed with you.
No!
Off the mannequin.
roll me with plus empathy.
Like this.
As you go to sleep.
No, it's holding her.
No, yeah, just stroking her hair.
Right.
Oh,
I imagine it's
Big
one of those
spoon.
mannequins that doesn't have a head.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just a dress form, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no head.
Gross.
So really, it's petting you, but it's just like a floppy sleeve, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have
100%.
hands.
Oh yeah.
So it's just trying to brush your hair, and you get like a sleeve in your face.
It's like an open window and the fucking curtain just keeps hitting you in the face.
Yup.
I'm like, well, good to know if you ever try to strangle me in the middle of the night, it's just gonna be
You got 8.
You got 8. Okay. You go to sleep, and
you don't wake up.
as you sleep, you have
Boy.
very vivid dreams.
Hell yeah.
The first one shows you a sort of shadowed room that you recognize as the governor's office, and you actually see him, Landreville, and a couple of aides sort of looking over a map of the city and sort of planning a few things. And you can see that Perez is incredibly tired, but as he sort of starts to slump over, Landreville gets a bit closer to him, and
Nice.
he sort of rubs his nose, and sort of like you see like Perez like sort of shake a little bit of the stupor and grab a drink, and he sort of gets back into the work at hand. And as he does, the lights in the room get brighter, and somehow the map itself gets brighter. Your consciousness leaves that room, and you see an old man that you do not recognize that sports a black eye.
Wait, the black eye is in someone punched him? A black eye is in it's all black? Or...
No, he
No,
like somebody
black
punched
guy.
him.
Okay.
The man is black.
A black eye, black guy.
Sorry.
Well, to say that he sports a black guy, I mean, he would be like wearing a black man
yes,
on his...
an African American gentleman is draped over him.
Languidly.
They're standing.
It's very sensual.
There's two younger men that are clearly related to him. You can even past like the physical resemblance between the three of them, you feel like almost like a family connection, and they're having like a lively conversation. The old man is seated, and he's holding what looks like a piece of raw meat over his face, over his black eye, and they seem to be in a cellar because you see a lot of like produce and fruit behind them, and you're only getting like echoes of the conversation as if you're like underwater, but multiple times during the conversation the old man is trying to get up, and he's brandishing like a short like knife, and the two younger men like are trying to get him to calm down. Behind him, as he stands up, you see what looks like a dirty, bloodied winter sun cloak hidden under one of the barrels in the cellar. There's a little bit of panic in the room, but the old man strikes you as absolutely resolute. And finally, you see an older lady sort of knitting well into the night. She has minimal lighting next to her, but she doesn't seem to need to look at what she's doing. She's just knitting like really handily, right? And periodically she sort of peeks through the shutters out the window where she's sitting, as if she's waiting for something or listening for something. She gives you the impression that she's expecting someone. You feel yourself sort of drifting further away from her, and you see that in the room right next to her is a stockpile of weapons. There's swords, there's knives, there's firearms, all a mishmash of stuff, sort of stockpiled haphazardly in what looks like to be her living room. And she's sort of waiting for someone to come, right? And periodically she sort of looks over her shoulder at the stockpile behind her. You...
As the Snickers erupt.
2 months, at least, I've had this on my brain.
You see her sort of lean closer to the window and open the shutter, and it's perfect.
Sorry.
These are just the gentle Snickers that wave out.
And even though you have not been there, you know for a fact that as she opens the shutter, right across the street from her apartment are the ashes of Nyberg's hall, having been burned to the ground. Her place is right across from it.
That first place we hit, right?
Yep.
Tight.
And this lady, who looks, very proper Castilian lady, sort of closes the shutter, goes back to her knitting, and continues to guard this stockpile of weapons, waiting for someone. In the morning, you awaken, and as you get yourself settled, your roommate is still sound asleep. You look over to the dress.
It's like, do you mean the dress or her friend?
No, her friend.
I actually had to think about that for a second. I was like, wait. Oh, you mean Aurelia. Okay.
Yes. You look at the dress stand,
Dress snores.
and the dress
Well, of course.
is gone.
Oh.
In its place, there is a long coat, still black, with silver trim, as is the fashion for Castile. This is a long coat that is finely embroidered, looks very snazzy. You have the feeling you could wear it with trousers, you could wear it with a dress. And as a boutonniere, it has a single pristine red rose.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's turning you into a Tordor.
I kind of feel like it always was one, though.
It does have to be blood, and it does have to be human.
I mean, it changed color before, so the next step is that it can change shape now.
Tight.
you get a feeling
It's only susceptible to
when you
damage from silver
awaken
weapons.
and you think back at the things you saw in your dream, that you witnessed places and people that can change the fate of Liso and end the current regime.
She needs to tell us. She needs to fucking tell us.
I have to tell you. I want to sit and. I mean, it's early. I'm probably gonna go, you know, give it a look again and think, and then just kind of wander downstairs, just put on a robe or something. I feel like I need to like have a cup of coffee or something. I need to think about this shit.
We need some apart time. You and I.
You should be together all the time.
You've been on a journey?
You know, distance makes the murder grow fonder.
roll me another. We'll go with resolve and empathy.
Okay.
Rethel doesn't know why he's so excited.
You wake up with morning horn again?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm
Damn.
like, Magnus, leave the headdresses on the stair, on the railing. Stop sleeping with them.
Can't handle this every morning.
Jabbing me in the ribs.
That's your hairdresser, or are you just glad to see me?
Like, you know.
You know, these are not mutually exclusive.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, 9.
Magnus, when he goes to Magnus goes to pee outside at night, and he's been known to just like walk into the backyard stark naked but with the headdress on.
Yeah, no, that's why. Because then he crawls back into his bunk, and then it lays, and then over the fucking hammocks, he drapes his head over, and then it just jabs me underneath, and I'm like, bro.
Top bunk, don't spill.
Right.
How many was that?
9.
9? Okay. You're pretty sure what you created with this dress, when you created it, is basically...
Just a monster.
You don't know how, exactly, but you've built a tool that is intrinsically tied to the fall of the current regime in Riso. And it will help you do exactly that.
Oh my god.
So you have a sense that if you wear it outside, it will give you glimpses of things that you can poke at or things that you can help set in motion that will help you bring about the end of this current regime.
What does that sound? Oh. Sorry, I did not realize you were doing anything.
It's me, you should be used to it by now.
Oh, come on.
You also get a sense that every time it is worn in public, its form will reset.
Lube water stick.
Right now it decides. You're not sure if you can influence
Beef flavored.
what it looks like, but it always resets during the night. You're also pretty sure it will never change while you're watching it. So...
Well, that's fair. Modesty and all.
Gets
Your
nervous.
Yeah. Your dress is a proper lady and she's demure. So...
Put that shit in a trunk. And then every so often be like, it's time for the dress. It's like, Grandma, that's a coat. Oh, it is this time.
What? Today it's a coat.
You're reasonably convinced, though, that once it has accomplished
Tomorrow
its
would
purpose,
be a swimming costume.
it will cease to exist.
The cute little
But it does
skirt
also
thing.
Yeah.
mean that
And
they
little
could potentially
trousers.
make
The little shorts.
these things on purpose someday.
Yep.
You need more dots on that discipline.
Is this a 6 dot thing? I don't have that 6 dot yet.
Shape-shifting murder clothes.
That's right.
Love it.
Dude, the stuff they've been dropping has been great, and I can't wait for their first album.
So far, the single is a bop.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Their SoundCloud is killer.
that's your current analysis based on what you've
Need
experienced.
them on Spotify.
All right. Do I have a reason to go out right now? I guess I do.
Yes,
I need
murder.
to go and I need to go
Well,
figure out what these places
Please
are.
grab
Your
Magnus.
your friends all start to get up as you're pondering those events over a drink. You have coffee because this is Lisa, and coffee is now all the fucking rage since it's been brought in from the New World.
I feel like I'm getting I'm getting addicted to it now. It's just,
That's
the
what
thing.
this is. It's all just
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's
the
coffee
dress isn't
haze.
magic. It's just fucking
Right.
You're just turning into Fry from Futurama.
Yeah. I thought exactly the same
Literally.
thing. When you hit your 100 coffee cup, and then you can fucking see the Matrix.
That's it.
Basically, yeah. That's the thing.
And then we will have freed Lisa, and then you can sleep for 5 days.
But yeah, those of you, feel free to get up at the time you normally would. I mean,
Well, Jenny's
Jimena
been
more
there.
or less bunks in the kitchen anyway.
She's there.
I think at some point I go back up and try to put together an ensemble to go with this coat.
This new coat.
Magnus's shaft has woken me up early, so I'm just on the back porch with a hot mead.
It unrolled from the top bunk like
Sure,
a
yeah.
rope ladder.
Just a little slap. Just a little.
I was talking about the antlers, but y'all are perverts. So that's why we hang out. And
Right.
Yeah. So
You know which table you're at, sir.
so yeah, I'm just sharpening my
Very light,
axes. Yeah. No,
Just a
no,
gentle caress.
Magnus is a bro. You know, it's that gentle, constant pressure that you're like, I get it, Magnus. I get it. Not right now.
I'm not looking.
It's
You're
not.
not gonna win this.
You go do some jumping jacks, work it out. I am not helping you with this. And so yeah, I'm just out there sharpening an axe, just literally an axe to grind, just like it's gonna be a good day. I don't know why. Magnus fucking woke me up and I ate it, but something the winds are telling me.
Jenny's back at 100%, so she's up at dawn downstairs making food, getting ready for all the people that
Back
she's.
to our usual habits.
Nothing like
Yep.
some fucking pickled breakfast. Oh,
Yeah, she's got people to take care of. She let Veronica take care of it for a couple of days while she recuperated.
every so often I'll yell dodge and just throw a knife into the room.
It gets snatched and thrown back at you.
Like,
It just doesn't bother yelling dodge.
Training's not for you.
I'm the only one in here.
Aside from the 8 other
And
people,
Marlena.
You're not
The-
trained.
Well, I went back.
the 8
upstairs.
other people plus
Right.
Vanna.
Jimena's just trying to eat. She's like,
Well, if you let it travel into the living room, someone might learn something.
I'm basically putting on pants that mean business. That's what's going on.
There you go.
Trousers are happening.
Yep. Oh, you're looking all business.
Yep.
The
Button
coat
up,
is-
gotta button up and everything.
Perfectly fitted.
It's business.
Yep.
Is it one of those little cute, like, cross necklaces, neckties? The little. That looks like it's part of a school uniform?
Sure, a little bit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
No?
One of those cross neckties?
It's the little. It's like a bow tie, but
like in
it's
Japanese
it's the
uniforms
knot.
where it just crosses.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's not quite an ascot.
What are you
It's like not a bow tie. It's not a
Yeah,
mascot.
it's just 2 ribbons that are fastened
Wait,
together.
do
in
I
the
now
center
look
with
like the
a
tuxedo mask?
button.
More or less.
yes.
Tuxedo mask and a long coat.
Yeah, except that you will do something.
That's true.
That's right.
My work here is done.
You're not just
I'm not just gonna
ominously-
throw rows and I'm done. You know
you're
that's
just
all.
ominously gonna stand on top of buildings, like watching like a creeper.
No, the rose will fucking explode, and it's gonna be great.
Well, his says every once in a while.
Yeah.
His rose kills things, but it kills like one thing, and he goes, "How dare you spoil a young girl's good time?"
Yeah.
Ha! And then he fucks off, and then the girls
like,
are
well,
finish everything for him.
Oh, he's
I
just
killed the
there as
thing.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just the
Also,
eye
I'm
candy.
really.
Like most men, am I right?
I am kind of glad that in the OG anime they didn't give him his like attack power because it's the dumbest fucking attack.
Smoking tuxedo bomber.
It's so tuxedo le smoking bomber.
Yeah.
It's just 3
Oh,
different kinds
no.
of jackets.
Isn't that a drink? Isn't that like a
All
mixed drink? It's a cocktail, right? It's pretty good.
I mean, he does it like twice ever in the manga, so you're like, please never do this again.
It sounds delicious.
So terrible.
Sounds like it's got a lot of notes.
Like, not gonna
It really
lie.
only has one. Dring. That's it.
Dear God.
Oh,
Uh,
tuxedo mask.
Useless thing.
you useless thing.
Like, you're lucky you're pretty.
Right. You beautiful, useless man.
He's not even the prettiest one.
No, he's not. But he
No.
is pretty.
And I hate myself.
Isn't the Canadian kid?
I hate myself so hard
What's his name? Who
that I
runs
like
the...
sympathize with Prince Diamond.
Right?
Because I'm like, no, there is nothing is okay about this, but oh, you love her.
I like Saphir personally.
Yeah, well, he wasn't after Usagi.
That's true.
He was
Yeah.
after his brother.
Yeah.
They didn't cover this in the abridged series. Damn. I'm not caught
Why
up.
you
You're
gotta
out of your
watch
depth.
the real shit.
You have to be depth.
No.
There's true scholars here.
Yeah, this is the deep lore.
If Amanda ever
This is beyond
unmutes,
my
then we have a
ken.
fourth scholar, so...
Well, I
Yeah.
was gonna say that, except for Mercury, who doesn't do anything because no one can hear her.
That's it.
Timing. Yeah. After a while, Marilena comes downstairs, looking all businesslike.
I got the bun and everything.
She's got on her business socks.
Oh, Magnus, we're going raiding.
Genya says, see, that is an outfit you wear when you want to do something and get it done quickly.
I mean, I do have my knives on me. So.
It is.
And then it's kind of like, where are you going?
It is a little fancy
Yeah, you know, the
for
pants.
for Genia.
At least it's still pants.
She's wearing breeches. But
I'm like-
it's a brocade coat.
Hey man, you don't need to know where you're going. It's going to be great.
Well, of the clues that I have, we have already been to the first place. I actually think I'm gonna go to the remains of Nyberg's Hall and see who's across the street.
Can we come with you?
Of course.
Where are you going?
I'm going to wherever is across the street from Nyberg's place.
Oh, you actually know. Okay, cool.
Do you talk with your friends about anything you've experienced?
Because I didn't.
Your fever dress dreams.
Yeah, because you hadn't quite in character articulated all this yet, so that's why.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I guess I'll say that I've had some interesting dreams, and I believe that they will tell me what.
Oh.
Try again for that beef
Oh my
stick.
god, it's wedged between.
You chose wrong.
Yep. I fucked it up! Alright, there it is.
All right, redeemed.
I'll say that I'm having some interesting dreams. I don't even really know what's going on with that yet myself. So there are dreams that seem to have power to them, and I'm going to explore my hunch.
Oh, Genya's interested.
Were they of fire and destruction?
No,
No.
it was people living their lives, but the places they were in were
Is there
important.
a distant voice telling you what you need to do with your destiny?
Oh no, destiny is never like that. It never tells you.
Oh, that's strange. It tells me all the time.
Mylena,
Did you have to give something up in order to get that?
No,
as you say these
That's
things,
usually how it works.
I just promised I would not
you
lie.
find that
That's
contrary
kind of
to
how that
most
works.
dreams, your recollection of the people and places that you've seen are near perfect. If you had like
Almost more
artistic
like
talent,
memories.
yeah, you
Yeah.
you can
But you've forgotten something else about your own life.
right.
Oh no.
You can remember your
There's
father's name.
always
She's a taskmaster.
There's always a price. I'm always paying.
I mean, she had some shitty parts of her life. I don't know if she'd be too broken up about that. Yeah. Oh, dude, you saw Black Widow, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the same character.
That's not the Taskmaster. So
Okay.
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It was Taskmaster in name,
Gotcha.
and that it could learn people's stuff, but
Gotcha.
otherwise
It wasn't the
I'm
same.
not actually sure
villain.
how I'm gonna find this place for the winter.
that's not the
season.
Taskmaster.
Got it.
Well-
Got it. Okay, cool.
Try
Neat.
Ooh, sorry.
Okay.
to describe what you saw.
Space.
Okay. So I talk about the old lady knitting first because that one was the most obvious one to me. It's across the street from the burnt down hall. She was peeking out from the window as if expecting something and had like a stockpile of weapons. And I don't necessarily think that these are what's I'm looking for? Literal, but it may mean
One can hope.
it may mean there is an ally here, or there is
A
stockpile
terrible
weapon,
enemy.
or
Yeah, she's either helping us or helping them.
Either way, that's awesome.
Either way, lots of weapons in our future.
no, the weapons seem to be the important part. She might be waiting for us, or our enemies, or who knows. And then I talk about the older man with the black eye.
I glare at Jimena.
Okay.
That's the old man from the square.
Magnus is up.
Megan does not remember what you're talking about.
So when
you're
we
gonna have
when we
to-
went hella Chad Bros in the market square,
Oh right.
the old man was ready to fucking gut us.
Oh, that's right.
It's that old man.
It's that guy.
He kidnapped a fucking Winter's son and is interrogating him in his fucking meat locker.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So you
I'm
know
like
where this is?
I'm like slapping Magnus. I'm like
I don't know that we know where it is. We just know who it is.
You know
Yeah.
where his stall was.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
we know this guy. He's
Oh
coming.
yeah, because we stole his fruit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, there was fruit there.
No,
Fruit and
no,
produce.
we go to him first, and then we take him to the woman with all the weapons, because he's gonna lead the revolution.
If you are excited about it, I think we should try.
Tell me another.
Well, the last one
Another.
is basically it's where we just were yesterday. Perez and Londerville and aides looking over a map of the city, planning things. Perez looked tired, and then, well, he and Londerville were getting affectionate.
Okay.
The way you describe it, it'll be maybe that one is not related. Like that might be you might
All
have
the
had a
lights
different
in the
kind
room
of
suddenly
dreams.
got brighter.
Yes. And it does kind of sound like this was just a part I was playing through an Otome game. Oh yeah,
There are flowers coming down.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got the
Jimena, I
points.
have to run the whole household because you not burn all the candles down in one day.
Yeah.
I'm not
Perez.
burning anything down. Just
Perez is
I
playing
know.
the Otome and he's on the loyal retainer path.
I am honestly not sure what that one means.
He's getting the sweet ending.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I might have an idea,
More like
but
savory,
I'm not
you
sure.
know what I'm talking about? Sorry.
I'm not sure if what I'm thinking is going to help us.
I mean, it will help me.
Rethold spends too long trying to figure out how these could be connected and then just gives up after me. He's like, no, okay, that's fine.
Do I feel like there's anything important to that?
Well, since
Oh, the
you-
map. When the map went brighter, did I see anything on the map?
Dicks.
you get the sense that
Sorry. Did I almost get you?
Perez is becoming an instrumental piece in the liberation of
Good.
Liso.
Instrumental member?
I
Yep.
bet he's an instrumental piece.
For somebody at
Look,
least.
look what you encouraged.
I didn't do anything. That
How
was-
dare this happens all on its own. Thank you.
Like, how long have we been around this?
Yeah.
This is
You just gestured to all of me.
He's in his own miasma over here.
Oh,
I'm like a cell. I've got my own mitochondria, my own
Yep.
nucleus. I do not need any assistance.
So I think we have to make sure they stay together because it's very important.
we already knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get the old man and we take him to the old lady and they get armed and then we tell them they need to make sure that the governor and the lieutenant fuck. Solved. Evine?
Magnus is like, that's already done. They I mean,
Yes, they are.
You-
they are
you've seen
already
them.
doing that.
No, but like again, I guess. Evine, does that sound good?
Sure.
I didn't even think she was here.
We just say it out loud on occasion.
Maybe she's not.
you know,
I take everyone's hand.
I mean-
Evine, are you with us?
I mean, she does have to go to college at some point.
Evine is here. I think Evine popped from under my headdress a couple times.
May Evine
She
be
just
with
throws
you.
her voice.
Evine be with you, and also with you.
And the rest of you too.
Won't it be great when it's the last session of this game and you find out that, like, she's really been playing, like, 10 sisters this entire time?
No, it's fucking. Was that General Hospital? Where it was just the autistic
No,
kid's
it's
dream?
Singing Elsewhere.
Sing
Yeah,
Elsewhere.
yeah.
Stand Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just some loony Irish
Fucking snowboard.
person staring out of a nunnery into the snow. Imagine this whole thing.
I love the fact that because of, like, you know, guest starring and crossovers and stuff, like 90% of, like, late 80s television basically all took place inside that snow.
Yep. Yep.
Hell yeah. If you follow the canon.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're gonna fucking cross over everything with everything.
Because there was only 6 viable actors.
Fucking Steve Urkel
And
jet
Richard Belzer
into
playing
Full
Detective
House.
Munch.
Yep.
Because that's the only character he's ever played on TV across several different TV shows.
When you find the right character, what you know.
All right. So if that is your marching order, you will be headed back to the open market.
Oh hell yeah.
Well, this is my first time going here. At least for this. Isn't this a different market than the one where I went to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like
No, you went to fashion market.
yeah. You're
This
like
is food market.
you're like the spot with the stalls. Like this is sort of like a more like a. It's
This
like a
is
town square with like
Agrabah and
fruit
Aladdin.
stalls
I was
and
like, this is like going to Tijuana.
yeah. This is like going to the farmer's market.
Necklaces.
Flores.
Chicles.
¿Quiere flores?
There is a
Tamales.
good bustle because it's the
Tamales,
morning.
tamales.
There he is.
There's always the guy with like all the chain necklaces draped over his arm, being like, "No, thank you."
Lotas. Lotas.
I will never say that again.
I will laugh, but I will not participate.
Smart.
Fuck. Now I want street meat again. God damn it.
You did it to yourself.
I just started thinking about that fucking.
It's the smell, right? Like you put yourself there.
The peppers and onions on that nasty fucking grill.
Yeah.
Just the hot plate, just sizzling, it's so good.
Sorry, fucking street tacos, like the grilled onions.
When we were coming out of the BTS show, you know, it's a concert
They're everywhere.
in America, and specifically in California, specifically in Los Angeles. So it's like you walk outside, all the fucking hot dog vendors.
That's exactly what
They're
I'm
girls,
talking
they're
about.
bacon wrap hot dogs.
That's exactly
being
where
like,
I
and I'm
am.
like, I don't have any cash.
Yeah.
I would buy a hot
Some of them
dog.
motherfuckers take square. You know it.
Sometimes they do, but you never know. So I don't want to like.
Just lift your phone. Who is square?
No, yeah, get in square. Get in square.
Get in square. Get in square.
Just it's a call and response now. It's a ritual. It's great.
You just like you just say it a little bit and
Like there was
listen.
one spot where like they were taking up most of the sidewalk and like the street, like getting out of there was such a clusterfuck. But like so like the street was kind of blocked off, so it was like you kind of had to step into the street to walk around the fucking sausage carts, and I was like,
Sausage cart.
Oh, it smells amazing.
I
Dude. Like it's
know.
always again, it's the fucking grilled onions. Like the that shit.
No, it's the bacon.
I'm so sad
That's
Sausage Cart
Yeah,
broke up.
for me, it's the bacon
I was
grease.
really
I'm just
hoping
like,
for their 5th album, but
Ugh.
that sweet, salty.
we're never gonna see it. Maybe they'll
It hits me.
reunite and do a tour.
with like my grandma when I was growing up, like would fucking chop and fry onion, and like it hits me right in the nostalgia, and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Even if I just
Right.
ate, it's just fucking Pavlov.
Yep. That's the shit.
Well, all this for joke, Tony.
Yeah.
You fell into that, and you brought all of us there with you.
20 minutes later.
Now thinking of my
Street
fucking
saucer.
dead grandmother. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of dead grandmothers,
That's what I'm here for.
it's my grandmother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Fa.
May you find
The best fucking segue.
may you find random money in your underwear.
Yeah.
I hope Avula is still clucking at you.
Nice.
Some things never change, even in death.
It is a good bustle in this courtyard. It feels very different for those of you who have been here before.
Is this where I got abducted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were chatting it up, and then
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
you got taken from here.
I'm back out in the open. I'm in my Usuran clothes. They fit properly.
Yep.
She's limber. She's like, oh.
Oh yeah, no, we're in very high spirits. I'm
Yeah.
buying every snack
Um,
and taking a bite and giving the rest to Amen. It's a process.
the disquieting thing is that despite the lively bustle, there's quite a bit of Winter Sun presence in there. They're talking to people, and like they're not like their usual like aloof selves. They're clearly looking for something, right?
Is it us? Oh, are they looking
They're
for us?
Fucking let it
searching.
be us.
They're searching for something. Although, weirdly enough, for how subdued it was, like when you started shit, a lot of people seem to be ignoring them
Nice.
unless they're accosted directly. Then they respond,
Nice.
right? You see the old man's stall in the exact same spot, perfectly laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Magnus sort of snorts at the sight of that because the the scuffle started when he kept fucking shifting the apple place, and that old man blew a fucking gasket.
They're good people. They persevere.
The two sons are there. You don't see the old man,
No,
Ow.
he's busy.
but yeah, the sons are sort of manning the stall and going about their business.
Jimena. Deb. Who the fuck?
You said
Jenya.
Jimena, you look at Jenya.
Like, Jay?
I thought I had to reflect it.
No. Jenya,
Yes, Brenton.
do you think our guests could use some fresh fruit?
Of course.
I think we should get a lot of fresh fruit.
Of course. And
And
she pulls out her pouch and trots over.
and I we all come over and I'm like,
Yeah, Jimena goes with because she's the one that speaks Castilian. Well, you do too.
I'm like, so what?
But-
And I do. I got my Castilian hubby. Ish.
I think we
Yeah.
wish
Soon.
to place a
Getting there.
large order.
Yeah, like hola.
Can we buy all of the fruits you have? No, I didn't say. Just
No, I think you misheard me.
yeah.
That's right.
Wait, what you heard was
Was
I want a lot of fruit.
What I said.
was, give me all the fruit you have.
Yo se dice.
That's right.
Que se dice?
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan, because I wouldn't know that.
That's right.
No, yeah, Shady does. That's for all of it.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
let's fuck it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Give us all this fucking fruit.
The youngest of the two brothers is at the counter, and he sort of blinks a little bit,
Because they probably recognize.
Oh hell yeah! I'm waiting for it.
and he looks at Jimena, and he looks at Retold.
And then
Then he sees Magnus,
Magnus, yeah.
in the back, and you get like a. Excuse me?
I go, Magnus, maybe you should grab one or two first and pay for those before we take the rest.
Magnus doesn't even touch the apples. Like, he
Exactly.
drops
100%.
coins
Yes, that is exactly. Yeah.
right on the table, and a stack,
Yeah.
right? Fucking stack of guilders right on the table,
Mhm.
and he's like, he leans over, and in his most like honeyed voice, he's like, "I would like this whole box." And you sort of look at the stack. They don't even count it. Like it's a fucking
Yeah.
stack of
Yeah,
guilders.
little cartoon.
Yeah.
Cartoon stack.
More cartoonish. Like he would have dropped a fucking sack with a dollar sign on it.
Which is what she did just a second ago. So
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Um, And then
that's
he,
more Shania style.
Mhm.
I'm not going to count this.
the brother's like, "Oh, okay," and he grabs the box and sort of puts one apple in his mouth, and then he goes into the square. And he's avoiding the winter sun, and he starts giving apples
Yeah,
to
hell
people.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, "Hey, good morning," right? And some people are kind of like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
you know,
Wait a minute.
Everyone's like, did he pay for those? I guess. Like, did he?
yeah,
This time.
And Jimena is going to ask, it's like, are you the owners of this stall?
and they immediately look at each other, and you get a yes.
Yes, today. Yes.
Both of them at the same time
Yes.
say yes.
I'll narrow my eyes and I do a
Mhm.
sense motive. Because what the heck?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't we tell you?
What?
That's the old man.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
He-
Alright.
But
he's
she,
there.
but Jimena's,
You don't even need to roll.
Jimena in her
They're
brain is
shady
trying to
as
act
fuck.
like we're
They're
not the same
hiding
people
something.
from last time.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, like,
Yeah.
where's
I'm trying to figure out how to be subtle about this, but Rethel probably.
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be
mean,
so.
none of us are
Rethel's
very
just
good at
gonna
being
be-
subtle anyway.
That's why I tried to like get this one in the front.
But Jimena is going to ask if they want to be the suppliers for their party.
Oh yeah,
Lucrative.
there is that as well. Yeah,
contract.
that's
so
not.
yes, to do that, we do need to talk to the owner.
Genia's
Yeah.
picking up a cucumber and being like, I don't think this is considered a fruit.
It has seeds.
Technically,
I mean, we'll eat it, but I don't think that's what you're supposed to call it.
Have you pickled one of those,
for the purpose of
No.
cooking, is a vegetable.
bro?
But as far as science is concerned, is a fruit.
Oh, like the tomatoes.
Say
Oh yeah.
Tomatoes.
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 The brothers are trying to figure out how to get enough crates to move all of this shit.
Like,
'Cause
is
it's
it
like,
already in crates?
he's
So,
like,
by the
well,
way,
what's up front? But they're like, we have more stuff.
Oh.
Good.
Do you not have a cart?
Yes, but it's in bad shape.
Oh
Let me see.
yeah, we can fix that up. Or
Yeah.
And they look, they
Even
give a
pitch in
panic
for a
look to
new
each
one?
other as
Junior starts rolling up her sleeves. Well, they're tucked in the bracers, but you get it.
does this area look familiar to me at all? The place they were in, was that a house?
Mm.
you don't recognize the place you saw in your head right now. Like you don't see it, but it does have that feeling.
I mean, where did they go when they say they have more?
Well, there's basically like the stall is up front. There's like a house behind them, like it's sort of a awning, right? Like over like the
Oh,
front.
okay, so they actually
And there's an
have
actual
house.
building. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well then I just walk in there.
One of the brothers, like he has like a crate
Oh,
and
hell
it's
yeah.
full of fucking fruit in it, and he's like, wait a second, and it starts spilling like on all sides.
Oh, I'm helping pick those up. I'm like, oh no.
He's like, no, you can't go back there. And as you walk, both you and Zhenya, because Zhenya's going as well
to check out the car.
to check out the car. Both of you walk shoulders to shoulder, and
I'm laughing. I don't care. This is great.
you go down
Today's great.
basically like a set of stairs, and you end up. The cellar feels very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
There's fruits in there. There's like a larder in the back. And because the two of you are not making a lot of noise, you sort of arrive on the scene of what you can only describe as an interrogation. There's a very beat up Winter Sun soldier sitting on the fucking floor. His face
that's what they're looking for.
is about this big,
Oh.
like on this side, and then
Don't
You
die.
okay? Do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Just trying to meet Sasha.
Because she ran, and
I was trying to get Sasha, she ran away, and then I
I
lost
saw the
my
ghost
balance.
skitter away, and then there was less Megan.
he is tied up, and he's basically breathing, but it's sounds more like he's hissing, like he's just like going like, and there's like big glops of like spit that come out. He's missing a few teeth.
Virginia frowns.
No, he's that soldier's been roughed up. In front of him, sitting on a stool, is an old gentleman. You just see him on the back, but he's peeling an apple with a knife and
Damn.
Just
I read that guy.
cutting.
Actually, I read both of them. But sorry. Go ahead.
He's cutting little pieces of the apple and just like eating them. And he's watching this guy just like wallow in like a glob of snot and spit and you know,
As an angry old man,
he's just watching.
we pissed him off real good last time. Well, Magnus did. So,
Oh, you have to blame it on Magnus.
well,
So you're getting a read.
I'm reading the old dude and the beat up guy.
the young priest and the old priest.
Zhenya has a eyebrow cocked at the winter sun and looks up to the man and says, "I was told you have a cart that needs to be fixed."
As you say that, the old man doesn't jump in the seat, but he sort of turns around, the apple in one hand,
Knife in the other.
and the knife in the other, and he sort of looks you over,
Big green eyes.
head to toe,
Freckles.
and he says, "Are you here to pick up your garbage?"
That one is not my garbage, but I do want to help fix the cart so that we may take the fruit back to my home.
He sort of stops for a second and looks at both of you in turn,
I just smile.
then at his captive, and then back at both of you, and he's like, the cart is that way.
Great, thank you.
Like, the
Walks
cart
by-
is not in the cellar.
Well, meanwhile, I just I find a chair and I sit there and I cross my legs and I just wait for the proceedings to continue.
That one's not my garbage. You can have him.
He sort of, he looks like hesitant there for a second, like
Some weird ass women in pants showed up.
like some
These pants
fancy
Pants-
fancy woman
pants
in
gals.
pants.
Who are these pants people?
Oh, look, my bag.
Nope. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
What are we mad about? Do we have any idea?
Sasha?
Yeah.
His virtue is the magician, willful.
That's not a mad sound.
His
That's a. Oh, my goodness.
hubris is reunion, bitterness.
The old man?
Yep.
He seems to be made of bitterness.
Clearly.
Is it Fortunato? Did I find him?
No.
What about the other guy?
Fortunato's Italian. He's Vidace.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, I've met him before. Yeah.
Also too early. Fortunato's asleep.
He's still sleeping in the woods.
Apparently there was no one in the woods.
No.
Oh, that's right. There's no one in the woods.
I'm so mad.
What a letdown.
Yeah, I know.
That fucking series finale.
No, it is in the woods.
What?
That ring.
Bullshit ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. With shit stories.
That is true.
That's right.
I'm
Fucking
so happy that you like this bag.
this ice and night
Yeah.
forever.
Just. Ugh.
The other has the fool Wiley as his virtue.
Okay.
His hubris is the witch,
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
manipulative.
What was the old man's?
Oh, he's
His
sad.
hubris was bitterness.
Yeah.
That's the same as me.
His virtue was willful.
So, I mean, as I'm sitting there, I say,
You have the sad card.
how much have you gotten out of him?
He sort of pauses, like he's just
Oh,
trying
we're
to
supposed
get
to be
a
getting
read.
info? I thought this was just.
He's just trying to get a read
Y'all get paid?
on exactly what your game is, and then after a little while, and after a few more slices of apple, he says, "Not much.
He probably
He's
doesn't
either
know very
ignorant,
much.
or he doesn't realize that he's going to die."
Can I tell? Should I
It was
roll
like
some
Shania calls
empathy?
back. He realizes he's going to
Sure.
die. Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Upstairs, I like as I'm helping get the fruit back into the box. I'm like, oh, it's okay. We're used to rotten fruit. It doesn't put us off. Not that you'd have any out, I'm sure, but it takes time to take that stuff out. No, you're fine.
Those of you who are above, roll me wits notice.
Oh, to see how much they're shitting themselves. Okay.
Yeah, the brothers are sort of like both of them are wanting to rush in, but there's been no sound whatsoever.
Right?
Like they're sort of expecting a scuffle that never came, so they're sort of cautiously holding right now.
Your father is already dead.
I mean, if
Just
I
kidding.
wanted him to be dead. he's
Yeah,
dead.
no, yeah, that's. What's supposed to notice?
Yep.
So sorry. I got a 7 for the. I assumed it was what's supposed to empathy.
Okay. Well, hold that thought a second.
Oh,
the
sorry.
old man leans back again and
Where would
just puts another
Yeah.
thin slice
Just
of
trying to see if
apple in
I
his
can get
mouth,
anything else.
and he says,
Oh, right, that's how this game works, right?
"Julio, I know you have him,
Oh, there's a third brother.
so you tell me where."
Oh shit!
Don't tell.
Oh yeah,
Um,
don't fucking tell anyone else. No.
You have your empathy.
Now it's family.
Mm-mm.
There's
Fucked up.
nothing to say. There's a good chance Julio's dead, and the soldier is not willing to say that that's the case. The only thing keeping him alive right now is the fact that the old man still needs something from him, and he is pretty convinced if he tells the truth, he's dead.
I stand up and I move towards the man that is like full of snot and everything, and I stare down at him.
I'm the snot man.
And I
Give it
say,
back.
You may not realize this, but there are fates worse than death.
I am one.
Yeah,
Right.
essentially.
There's like 3 upstairs.
The coattails
Yeah.
gently caress his cheek.
He,
Coat
right,
just like
that's right.
If
You
you
touch his hair, and then your
The coat
tail
also
also
touches-
like
just-
pets his hair.
The sleeve elongates.
it just over the lips like what?
and I say,
And
You
me
will-
just gonna make a noise from one of the brothers.
you will die, but I can make sure that it's painless. But you have to tell him what he needs to know. I know you know. You cannot hide it from me.
Do you
He
want
sort
the-
of looks at
do you
you.
want the cable? Or are you good?
The old man is sort of cocking an eyebrow, the same one where his black eye is, and he doesn't stop you, but then he sort of looks at the soldier, and the soldier just starts crying.
I'm like, meanwhile, in the background, there's like all this
Yeah.
pounding.
Clank, clank, clank,
Yeah.
clank.
There's this like,
Sawing noises. Why would she be sawing? I don't know. That's how this works.
It needed a little post.
That's how
Yep.
Foley works.
just replacing a wheel in
Oh,
the
Jesus.
background, which is great background
She
noise.
wasn't fucking kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking thing. Sorry.
Want me to call her out and tell her to cut it?
What?
This insane
The
cake.
cake.
Oh, are we ready for this?
She said princess cake. I didn't realize that was because it has a
It is the
princess
cake is a
hat.
princess.
There's a full-on
Yeah.
princess head.
yeah, the
on
cake.
I just see the back of it and I'm like, I don't know. Is it a scary clown? Like, what is this?
No, the cake has it. No,
No.
it's fine. No, it is a Disney princess. It has small animals that help it get dressed in the morning.
It's a butterfly.
Okay.
Fucking
Flower butterfly.
crazy.
Yep.
Wow, look at that thing.
Someone's
Those
someone's
of
little girl
you
isn't getting that
upstairs,
princess.
what are your wits plus notice?
I got 6.
You see some winter sun
I'm busy being cheeky with the brothers and offering
sort
them a
of
drink.
chatting, but also like glancing at the stall periodically.
Fucking get old.
Yeah, come over here.
Disappear them motherfuckers. Too.
Like they're exchanging like words, and they sort of look back at the stall. They're still sort of miling about and talking to people, but a few times like you see some of them like sort of exchanging glances and talking to each other and looking in your direction.
Let them fucking fucking.
Are you okay?
I
Oh, no.
went to pat my chest
Oh,
to
you
clear
slapped
my...
the thing. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, bro. She has a little
oh
like
no.
like a small infection,
Oh
and
my god.
and then she just smacked it.
Yeah, it's swollen.
Oh, geez.
All that.
That's better.
Yeah, it's
actually.
better.
Oh, wow.
It's better now.
But yeah, the little tap there probably didn't.
Yeah,
No.
doing this
Yeah,
was
that
not
probably.
my favorite thing that I've done today. So
Mm.
If Jimena sees them looking over, she just kind of waves.
They sort of look away when they see you looking back at them. But
Oh yeah, no, the urge to make
There.
kissy faces at them, I resist only so much.
Jimena lets them know that she knows that they're looking.
I laugh. I'll just laugh after the hola. It's like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Downstairs, the Winter Sun soldier starts crying, and it's even more pathetic than before because he's having trouble catching his breath, right? Like so. And then he says, in between gasps, Julio is dead.
oh,
He saw us talking with the Inquisition. He saw the pins. I'm sorry, we couldn't. And he sort of loses himself like there, like he's sort of hiccuping, and the old man sort of very calmly and slowly finishes eating the last slice of his apple and drops the peel on the ground of the cellar. Then he gets up and he grabs the soldier by the hair and jabs the knife all the way into his throat. And he pushes him down on the cellar.
that was
Like,
the nicest thing he could have done.
he gags a couple times, and that's all she wrote. And before you know it, like the old man turns away and he has like sort of both thumbs like in his pants, like on the side there, and you start to see his shoulders like start to lift up and down as he clearly very quietly is weeping while looking away.
Well, that's the time when I go back out the other way to where Virginia is to give him some time.
Yep.
Jenny, you're hammering at a cart. There's a dead body and a crying old man in the vicinity.
Oh yeah, you do sense.
Underground, no less.
You do sense that.
Yeah, I know exactly what's happening.
happening.
Jenny's just like, oh, it's just like when I was 5.
Only it was pigs. No, it was just like
No,
this.
it was
It's
people.
exactly, yeah, it was people. Right, Russian nobility.
Yep.
Well, they're from a smaller town. Anyway, but
You will need a moment.
yeah,
That just meant it was your cousin.
yeah.
Because they were all your cousins.
Yeah. She's related to half of Asura.
I mean,
That's the joke. That's the background. That's
her father does have 9 brothers.
Yep.
and 7 sisters.
Go all each.
Oh my god, I love that musical. And they get stuck in this. They get stuck on the farm because the pest snows in. Oh, that's sweet. It's not Stockholm syndrome at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, she either I'm done fixing it or I'm finishing up, and goes, I should offer to clean up that mess for him at least.
It might be a good thing.
But it also might feel good to throw out his own garbage.
Well, we'll see in a little bit what he wants to do.
So
She,
was it his son or his husband?
Can I help you with this?
No, I think it's done.
Okay.
And then she gives it a couple pushes. It was easy. I don't know why they didn't do it before.
I think it's more that they just didn't want us to come in there. It was very obvious.
Oh.
But the car really did need fixing.
It did. It was.
The wheel was real wobbly.
Yeah.
But it's not something they couldn't have done.
No.
Damn.
That's the most genuine.
That's,
It's like,
no,
oh.
that's
Oh.
I was just appreciating the exquisite comedy beat after the serious.
They
Like
very
those-
obviously didn't want us to go in there.
The fucking stone cold
Oh,
murder.
Oh, okay. They should have told me. Oh well, it's fixed now. She's gonna give it a few minutes, and when it sounds like the emotion has settled, it's not gonna go away.
No.
She goes in, and I'm gonna. Am I going to? I am going to turn on my virtue. And just try to make him feel like he's amongst people who will help him. Just bust out that friendly.
All right.
Puts a hand on his shoulder.
When you do, the shaking becomes more intense for a little bit as he's repressing it less.
And then she quietly offers a hug. I have been here. I understand. Do not hold it in.
Like, if you want to talk about somebody who's mad at the Inquisition for killing their family, there's someone upstairs.
They have a much more explosive way of expressing it.
You have a new queen. Or it's backwards.
Oh yeah. No, I usually wear it this way.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a moment, but he does relax a little bit at the sound of it. And after like a few beats, he sort of sniffs and says, I think I knew. I just hoped it wouldn't be the case.
It is good to get confirmation one way or another.
Well, it is good to keep hope.
There's plenty of hope upstairs.
Do you want me to dispose of the trash?
I'll do it.
I understand that as well.
And he sort of puts a hand on his face, right, like, and sort of rubs it in. His hand is kind of dirty, so he just rubs dirt on his face in a sense, but he sort of gets himself back into gear and then grabs the fucking soiled cloaks and start to fucking drag that body, like both arms flop over the head and just whoop, out it goes. Upstairs,
I've offered them drinks. You know, I think we're like, yeah, you're closed for the day. We bought all your stock, so yeah, let's have a drink.
Yeah, one of the sons actually did go downstairs and sort of arrives just as the father is about to grab the body, right? And sort of pauses there and sort of looks at everybody in the room.
Something happened.
The cart is fixed.
Among other things.
Thank you.
Of course.
And then you see the old man sort of raise his head, and in Castilian, he's sort of like, "What are you doing there gawking? Like, can you see, like, your old man is trying to drag this thing? Come and help me."
Nice. Nice.
It's gonna be worse when the brothers find out.
No, it's gonna be better.
Broken heart.
That's why we're gonna take him
Upstairs,
to
you
cash.
see a detachment of Winter Sun sort of massing at the edge of the courtyard.
Let's fucking go.
And they're still looking at the stall.
Wait,
They look
he's
like they're about to
vibrating
march in that direction.
Jimena looks over and she waves again. And she starts walking in their direction.
Bye bye.
I'm just-
sauntering.
I'm just fucking
happily.
crazy eyeing the whole time. I'm like it's my birthday. They brought me a fucking pony.
Ruffles really likes this dress. He's just like, yeah,
That's
the
right.
murder comes with it.
Right.
It is my name day. The sun is shining.
That's right.
Yeah,
Reto has just turned into Hulk Hogan at that moment of the wrestling match where he's impervious to punches now, and it
Yeah.
doesn't work on him anymore, and his
Oh.
eyes are just like this
Yeah.
big. And
Yeah.
he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, Jimena walks over to like whoever's at the front.
I say quietly so the brother can hear, but not loud enough that she can actually hear. Jimena, put bow on them, because that will make this the best day.
Oh, you have a,
I know.
you have a buddy.
Oh well.
It's
But-
me, she says.
She walks over and she's like, "Good afternoon. I happened to notice while I was standing over there with my compatriots that you have been looking at us
You've been eyeing me.
a lot.
Quietly
Is
to
it-
the.
Is
Okay.
it because we are buying many things? There is a perfectly legitimate reason why we are buying many things.
No, not at you directly.
To the brother, I'm like,
Yes.
do you have any
Not at
weapons
you
handy?
directly.
He sort of looks at you
But
with
if-
like half panic, like half.
It's like, well,
That's okay. You can borrow one of mine.
I did not say myself. I said us. So if it is not me, then you are looking at one of my friends. But they are with me,
The crazy eyes. Yes.
and we are together buying food.
Buying fruit.
Nothing suspicious. Just buying food.
From the stall, yes?
Say, they have fruit.
Well, they did. We bought it.
Well, we bought all the fruit for today, so they no longer have any fruit for today. But they do have fruit, which is what we are buying.
Normally.
Well, then I would suggest you complete your purchase and bring your fruit where they are meant to be. We have questions for the store's owners.
Say, interesting.
Oh man, if he'd let you clean it up and it just soaked into the fucking ground and there's nothing left, oh, that would have been great.
I mean, if I cleaned it up, I could have used magic to spotless his house.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's, oh yeah.
That's okay. We can just kill these ones.
Yes. Yes. Let's fucking go.
Well,
I mean, I have hero points to make back, so the more reckless shit gets, the faster I make hero points.
Nice.
it's just like, well, considering the amount of fruit that we have bought, that might take a while. So, I suggest you go about your day, maybe,
Figure
or
yourself
come
out
back
somewhere
later,
else.
because this is going to take a minute.
I'm sitting there holding the cup, not drinking, just.
How
um,
many are there? The bloodlust on this one.
well,
Oh, bye, Kitty. I miss you.
right now there's about 8 of them. There's more coming in.
Oh, good.
I do love a party.
Right?
Good. Well, thank you for the information. We will be over shortly. And he sort of turns around as more of them sort of file.
As he turns away from her, Jimenez kind of goes, okay, have it your way, and then like walks away from them.
Peace, bye.
It's like, okay, well, I gave you a chance.
I'm surprised they aren't just busting in there, though. Why are they being so hesitant?
Because they know shit has gone south for entire other troops, so apparently someone has a brain.
Huh.
Sort of.
That surprises me.
Downstairs, the body gets dragged. You're not exactly sure where, but as father and son are away to one of the side rooms, you hear a couple murmurs, and then you hear basically a grown man just breaking into tears.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, after Jimena walks back, she kind of walks into the building, be like, "Where did they go?" And like sees like the cellar stairs, and like, "Nah, that is where my friends would go." And she like walks down there, and he's like, "Oh, hello. Just so you know, there's a lot of Winter Sun that are going to be coming over here soon. They say they want to talk to old guy. I don't know if he's here or not, but old guy, if you are here, the Winter Sun."
I've begun singing outside. Me and Magnus have clay cups so that we can smash them once I'm done.
The man and his son have just found out that his other son is dead.
As you
Jimena
say,
kind of
But the Winter Son.
Third son. You might want to. Oh no. Yeah.
The Winter Son has killed their missing child. He has found out.
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
Oh no!
I know what I'm doing.
You called out and said like, "Oh yeah, the Winter Sun are coming," and you hear like fracas in the back room.
Ooh, fracas.
It
And-
was better they come in here.
Both the old man and his
Yeah, send them in.
son walk out of there with like knives, hand axes. Like they're not good quality weapons.
You need to come get Russell because he's.
They're just like walking out, and the old man sort of pauses as
Maybe
he's
not.
sticking what looks like a cleaver
Let him
into his
out.
belt.
Yeah, maybe let him out. Let's go.
Maybe.
Would you
maybe.
like to handle this outside or inside?
We will help you.
Let them come in.
I'm very good at slaughtering pigs.
And he sort of extends a hand like the old man and says, "I'm Manuel. This is Julian. Upstairs is Javier."
I'm Genia. This is Marilena. This is Jimena. And outside, I think Magnus and Retold are. Well, who knows what Evine is now, but she might be here soon.
Probably here already.
We can let them come
Just
inside.
pops from under the cart.
No, Evine's like, hello.
She's just
Yeah.
sitting on my shoulder like a
Like a fucking parrot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she here. That's fine. Okay. Leans to the staircase. Retold,
Yes.
we want party.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Bring it inside.
Marilena.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's all it is now.
No, pretty much. Yes.
You can swear that somebody else in the room says into your ear, "This man will help bring about the end in Liso. He must not die." And as your arm gets closer to the coat, you realize there's at least 4 knives in there. In the pockets.
I don't remember getting
You're
this.
also part Sinisi. It's the bone company. Yes.
You're like, you feel around and you're like, I know I put my knives in there, but
Where the fuck did
there's
these
more
knives
than
come
2.
Who the fuck? Who's putting knives in my coat?
And then the coat whispers
The
again.
coat.
That's right. Right.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, you hear the "he must not die."
as soon as I give the ooey, I'm like, Magnus. I'm just like throw it. I'm like, come on. Like I grab the brother. I'm like, let's
Magnus is coming downstairs.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
he's like, you see him coming down and crossing the door, and he's like trying to get out of his shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, we'll take the back door. Like I start heading back towards the other end. I'm like, you guys, I love you guys. You guys are the best. And I'm like, this is Magnus. He's sorry. And then
Me too.
Yeah, he sort of waves, and he still has an apple in his mouth.
It's like,
The other son like sort of walks downstairs and
Like,
sees.
what the fuck?
yeah, our jovial bullshit has moved on. So
He sees both his father and brother there, and you have the clear red ring on their eyes, and the brother sort of throws a hand axe towards his brother, which he catches, and he says, "Julio's dead." And the younger brother sort of grabs the axe, and then he's sort of clutching it, like you see his knuckles like sort of going white, and he says, "Father, what do we do?" And Manuel, he's just like,
that's when I sound the
cut
horn.
them
Yeah.
things is what we
Yeah,
do.
Jimena's like, oh, I know what you do. And she like runs outside. She's like, hey! Yo! You want that? Come here!
Magnus
We're
and
ready.
I are slapping each other's chests, and I'm just like,
The horn.
Meanwhile, Zhenya says, I think it would be better if everyone except for you. What's his name?
Manuel.
Manuel, if you would stand in the way of the door, they will see you and come in, but we will all be standing against the wall where the door is, and then they will be surrounded by us and not know that they are rushing into a trap.
except for the horn.
My sons and I have business with these, as you can see.
Oh, yes.
You do not have to be part of this.
Oh, that's where you're fucking. Everyone starts fucking laughing. Yeah.
Don't worry, we were part of it already.
It's like Jimena from outside. It's like, oh, yes, we do.
I took down an entire church and freed all of the people they were stealing.
After all, how do you think I knew how to get here?
And Manuel sort of says,
Oh, math.
I will not say this again. Take your positions. Tell me where you want me.
Before we start, blessing time.
Okay.
I give Manuel the chastest kiss, like a daughter kissing her father's cheek. And I say, best of luck. Fate is on your side. And then I get myself ready right next to him.
Perfect. Jimena, your
collar grows 5 inches, and you get like a fucking wide brimmed hat out
No,
of
it's
nowhere.
an Assassin's Creed hood.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. It starts
No,
to.
seriously though, yeah.
It starts to envelop you like a creature eating prey.
Hey,
Stop gnawing on my head.
That's right.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
They're coming. Just wait.
The zippers aren't a thing yet. I know those are teeth.
That's right.
So that's 5 bonus dice for him.
Yep. Jimena, yeah, your taunt has paid off, because now the entire detachment is moving, and they're clearly like
Captain, your men are already dead.
all bravado, right? Like, and sort of swagger that you've seen when you first moved to Liso is gone.
Yeah.
This is a military unit now. Like, they're careful. They're sort of fanning out, right? Like, to start approaching the building. They're obviously understanding there's a predator in there that they're gonna have to corner.
Into the viper's nest.
That's right.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Snakes?
No,
Oh,
As
birds? I heard nest.
no.
Okay.
I've got a hero point for this, and it'll be fun.
All right.
But yeah, like as they come up, Like Jimena's like, oh, I see. You don't have to do that. If you just will follow me this way, I can take you to the guy you want to talk to. Like,
You're
she's
right.
like got her hands out. She's like, see? No weapons.
Roll me a
Weapons.
convince.
Weapons.
With
Your weapons. There's
My
2
weapons.
H's. WHHH.
The Castilian H.
Weapons.
Would that be panache?
Yes, all 100%. You're full of swagger right now.
Oh, the panache.
Yeah.
With amusement,
Panache.
Jimena, you realize
Okay,
that
I'm
one
still
of your
here.
leftover fireworks is still in your pack.
Oh. I didn't know if this one was going to explode or just catch fire. So
We'll find out.
I really kind of
Right.
want us to do like make that be the final one, and it just goes like, like vote for Perez, not vote for, but you know what I mean. But
Yes,
vote
vote
for Perez.
No, vote for Perez is the best because I'm gonna be like, we didn't. He's not elected.
Wasn't he appointed? Like,
Isn't this already a thing?
I got 4.
Yeah.
Vote for Perez is vote for the status quo.
he'll
I
make
rolled this die 3 different times because I can re-roll because I have 4s, and I
Yeah.
got 1 every single time. Not helpful.
that fucking die.
No.
I don't like you anymore.
Shame it.
Right? You get to go over here.
You see
Oh.
4 of them.
It's 9 o'clock.
It
Break
is
up.
indeed magic
Yep.
o'clock.
1, 2, 2.
It talks so much more smoothly nowadays.
Yeah, it stopped sounding like a fucking
Baby.
murder robot.
Now it's just a disco robot.
Yep. There's a detachment of 4 of them that starts to approach you, like they're gonna follow. The rest are still fanning out around because they're just like, is there a back door to this office? Like they're
Yeah,
getting
but you
ready
don't
to
want to go
surround the
there.
house.
If you're gonna come in, you're gonna come this way.
Yep.
Don't worry, Avine's still outside with a bow.
Oh no, they are surrounded.
Yeah.
Even if not explicitly right now.
Well, this is where you cut to like the ones that are trying to break in through the back door, and you hear like, hello. But yeah, there's like a detachment of 4 that sort of approach you,
Mm-hmm.
not drawing weapons, like just following.
Just this way.
I found them. They took my friends.
As you gesture for them to come over and this whole thing happens, like a bunch of the courtyard clears.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people like scamper out. But contrary to the last time you started shit in here, there's a bunch of people who are staying outside. You see like people staying at their stalls, like some of them are
Witness
leaning on
me.
posts. They're sort of watching what is happening, and the rest of the Winter Sun that were like talking to people like are seeing this and are starting to join the detachment as well.
There's so many.
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
I'm going to try really hard not to burn this man's house down, but also
I don't think he'd mind.
No, I think he'd mind.
I mean, he'd probably be like a little mad about it.
I
But
mean, it would take me a long time to put it back up.
we can give him the house we're gonna leave in 2 weeks anyway. It's,
No, I was leaving that to another thing.
Don't we have 2?
I
We
only
do.
have 1.
we have 2 back in.
No, I meant don't we have 2 here though?
No,
Well,
there's one that like we
You have
were
a
given
loaned
and one that
house.
I bought.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can give him
Yeah.
the given house because
But it wasn't like given to us like we keep
that one
it. It
we're
was
like
It's
just-
loaned.
we're loaning.
Yeah.
We're
It's your
renting it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Once we can.
it's your
stay.
business house.
It was supposed to be the hideout, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna buy a house.
we're about to buy God. So it's okay. We can probably.
It's
Sorry.
true.
Anyway,
It's true.
All right.
we're in good with God's broker as it is.
So 4 of them sort of funnel into the stairs. There's another detachment of about 5 who stay at the top of the stairs just to watch the proceedings. There's way more outside. So yeah, the 4 sort of follow you down the stairs that sort of curve a little bit.
Well, I think Jimena would just sort of direct those ones down
Okay.
the stairs and
Yeah.
stay up top
Perfect.
So
So
we need
this is-
at least a couple
Yeah.
people up top.
This is what I want to do.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna come back around if nothing shows
Okay,
up.
so who's where right now?
I'm in the
this
basement.
arrangement? Okay.
Jimena.
Jimena is upstairs.
Under the awning.
Yeah, on the front side of the building where the actual stall is. She's inside the doorway,
Got it.
but she's still up on top in the
Okay.
front.
Me and Magnus are at the back door, and I'm telling him, no, Mecha Shiva is not going to work this time. Stop trying to make that a thing. It's not that I don't think it's good. I just don't think it's going to be as effective. And
Pick a different one.
that's right. So
Okay.
And basically, wherever Manuel is, that's where I am.
Manuel has
got to stay in that buff aura.
he has taken a seat back on a stool in the middle of the room. There's a
Yeah.
clear
Blood
there's a
smear.
clear patch there where like dirt was thrown over the blood smear, but it's still like a dark stain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his stool is right over it.
So once Shenya feels that there are feet on the stairs, she's gonna stomp and there'll be a slide.
Yes! It's amazing.
So that's what I'm spending my hero point on.
Amazing, yeah.
And then the music from Adam's Family starts playing where he pulls
Yep.
the wrong lever and they go down the slide.
That's right. All right.
That's what
I
I'm
want to Home Alone them.
Nice.
Yes.
I
Only
mean, I do
worse.
have a bunch of potions and shit.
Hell yeah.
Slippery floors.
You wanna buy a sundae?
Where are you posted, Evine?
Well, Lisa already said I was outside.
I mean, you can be wherever the hell you want. You're Evine.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know where you are.
You
We're
could have
guessing.
been outside, but you could
Yeah.
be inside.
Yeah, at this point they're taking like wild stabs as to where you might
You
be.
shadow hop. I don't know. Wherever there's darkness, you're peeking.
Exactly.
At this point they're just saying shit. Like maybe Evine is here and they just wait to see if you're gonna respond.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's usually how it works.
It's just like how we do
Somewhere
now.
Up high. So possibly a tree. Possibly a balcony or rafter or some shit.
Oh yeah?
Pick, 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 pick.
Yeah, many of the houses have a second level because it's, you know, the houses are really close to one another. So, yeah. If you want a vantage point in the courtyard, there's a lot of winter sun down here.
Yeah.
They're surrounded.
Probably upward of 30.
Wow.
Oh. We need to get them inside.
Well, bring them to the
Not.
stairs. I'll funhouse them all in a little time.
It's like six for each of us.
If that happens, like when that happens, I assume they all scream.
Mm-hmm.
And the man is just standing
Yep.
there like,
At which point,
Oh
if
no, they need help!
Yeah, the stairs just vanish like it's a fucking rock slide.
Yeah.
So the other winter sun that are out there where Jimena is, if they try to make for the door, she's just gonna kind of go stand in front of it and be like, "What you don't want though? Trust me, dog."
They don't quite make for the door, but at this point when it happens, like without understanding, like so they start drawing weapons
Just push them
and
all
they're
down
just
the
like
slide.
they're like, "What trap is this? How did you do that?"
technically not a trap. It's
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And I mean, yeah, Humana doesn't even know exactly why that happened.
Yeah, Jimena wasn't looking; she just heard screams. So, like,
while the Shurin magic is not at the top of their explanation for what just transpired here right now, so like the leading theory is this is a fucking trap stair. Somehow a lever must have been pressed, like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode.
right?
Well,
Fred is hiding somewhere.
Jenya's the lever.
If it's made of stone.
Those
my
of you who
friend.
are downstairs, 4 winter suns tumble down the slide, one after the other, ramming into each other on the floor as they come down.
My approach is basically if they approach Manuel, I stab him. The first one that does.
Well, they sort of scramble to their feet immediately as they sort of land in the dirt because they're hyper alert, but they only see, I think, the three of you down there.
Gives a low, dangerous Usurin chuckle.
Yeah, if there are any stragglers and they get past you...
As they get to their feet, they immediately draw weapons, and
shanky.
one of the lead is like, what is this? Either you come with us quietly, or we end this right here.
Like, oh, honey.
Oh.
It's
Every time one of your people opens their mouth, it makes me laugh harder. And then she pulls out a knife.
Alright. It is approach
It's time.
time. All of you have potential targets. Jimena, you have 5 in the range of your sword. There's 4 downstairs right now. Retold, you hear the boots outside as soldiers are fanning and
They think
reaching
they're
for the
surrounding
back door.
us. They don't know.
No.
Evine, well, you see the whole courtyard.
The courtyard is your pincushion.
Yep. You basically took a post on a balcony right across from the stall. So you can see where they're funneling. Evine, you also see that some of the people that stayed outside have not left when weapons are drawn.
Yes.
One of the shop owners is like this burly lady. She's about like... She's like 5'4", you would guesstimate. And she's almost as wide as she's tall. She's wearing an apron, and you can see like these massive shoulders like going around. And as she's watching the winter sun sort of mass in front of that stall, you see her reach next to the post, and she pulls what looks like a fucking gnarly cudgel.
Yes.
And you see her glance
Crackety crack.
at the stall next to hers, where there's like a very short, almost imperceptible nod from that shop owner there as he reaches for something under his counter.
It'll be a fucking gun. Let's fucking go. I sort of like shrug at Magnus. I'm like, I don't know. Do we like wait, or should we just go? I don't. What do you think?
Magnus has like, you were doing the crazy eyes earlier. Like they haven't left his face.
Yeah.
He's like, how surprised do you think we were if we broke the back door and ran at them?
Okay.
Like they're hoping to break this in. I'm hoping we hit them with the door.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So like we both like wait.
Tweedledum and
Who?
Tweedledummer.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's so good.
Magnus is like giggling at this point.
Yeah.
He's like,
We're gonna hit him with the fucking door. Yeah.
just think about it, right?
No,
Like
it's great, yeah.
You're taking your swing like to break the door, then the door jumps in your face.
Oh, yeah. No,
yes.
no, you know,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
No. I was on board as soon as I remember it. Yeah. So, which of us thinks we have the better notice, so that, or will we just add raises to figure out when they're right at the door?
Yeah, I think you can probably combine it, but if you ask, Magnus will scout.
Because if I give him a raise, or if I give him a hero point, that's only 3 dice for him, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, we'll combine. We'll both put our ears up to the door, and as soon as we hear boots close enough, we step back 2 big steps and then just plow right through. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man! What's up, baby? Oh yeah, that. Oh my goodness!
A pair of Kool-Aid men busting out of a building.
Yeah. Randy's back.
I mean, I know mine is just going to be a brawn plus brawl, so...
Alright. Getting ready to wrestle.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite game.
Oh, yeah! More 10s? Fuck yeah, bitch. Yeah, oh, God.
I only got the 110.
And a 1. It's fine? That's fine. We can make that work. Okay.
Jimena is going to... I assume that the ones in the hallway are going to try and advance. Now that there's shouting and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So she's going to throw a smoke bomb. Like smash a smoke bomb in the hallway and then just draw her sword and slash at all 5 of them.
Okay.
See, I got 8 raises to hear exactly when the boots are upon the threshold so that we can do that.
Perfect. You got it perfectly timed.
Yeah.
You want to roll me a
brawn plus
brawl
for door destruction.
Yep.
I should get advantage because I have favorite enemy door now. So
this
it's
is sort of a thing you do.
It's becoming a theme.
Yeah. You have Hunter's Mark.
That's right.
These doors.
Now for the exciting part of the game where we all do math.
That's right.
Oh, right. Should I roll my weaponry anyways?
Yep.
Okay.
You
Even though I'm
sure should.
kind of sort of holding it.
Yeah, D&D has sort of tricked us into continually doing math post-school for years.
Also, may I
Jimena
use
also
resolve?
got 8.
8.
Noise.
To just fucking be like...
Like a ninja.
Basically.
I don't think bar fighter counts for this, does it? That's more windows than doors.
That would be...
I don't know. It's still improvised tactics from where I'm
we are improvising the door.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
hit, so
you're using the door as a weapon,
I'm gonna add that
which
on,
also
yeah.
happened last time. Although it was part of the door, not the entire door.
That's 8 for Jenya.
9 for funneling them.
Perfect. Alright, 1 second.
Doing fucking trick shots off the other buildings to make them think they're being attacked from both sides.
Nice.
I mean, that would be very Aveen.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Does luring 4 people into a basement count as going with a plan that's a danger to myself?
But yes.
Okay, thank you.
You basically are luring a regiment of Winter Sun into a fucking cellar
Yep.
with
Alright.
2 exits.
Well, should I be needing my stabs? It is 11 successes of stabs.
You said 11?
Yep.
Alright, I need to
No worries.
re-record. How many do you have, Lisa?
8.
8. Do you have 8 as well, Megan?
Yes.
9 for Amanda.
Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. Fuck yeah. Fuck. Fuck. That's fucking stupid. It's so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gourd.
Oh. I think I technically have 9.
9?
Because of quick reflexes. Brawl.
Oh shit, yeah, I have hella extra. Hold on.
That's why it took me longer, because I'm like, wait, let me look at the list.
Oh yeah, damn it. I always do this. I always forget.
Yeah, I was trying to like, do I use box or I was gonna ask you if you were come out and cut that.
Tony,
But like I was like,
can you tell Tony was jonesing?
I saw the red velvet, man. I was like, oh damn.
No,
She
those
does it
are
with one knot. Look at her.
those are great.
6, 8, 12.
Okay, so I have. Okay, so I have 10 actually.
I also
Okay.
have 10.
There it is.
Because I have legendary trait as well.
I know, so do I. I have quick
Yep,
reflexes
that's-
and legendary trait.
I also
Same.
have specialist, but that doesn't work for this.
Well, actually,
Yeah, same.
my extra came from
Mine's
Spencer.
athletics.
I don't need
well, mine's brawl, but it doesn't work for this.
Yeah.
This
we didn't-
door doesn't know what's happening. It's a door. It wouldn't know what's happening. Shut up.
Right.
I mean,
You don't know that. I
Yeah.
have this dress.
It will
Yeah,
gain.
fair.
It will gain sentience just for the
we
purpose
have
of not knowing
experience
what's
with
happening.
Talking doors.
No, I wouldn't wish that on this door.
Yeah.
It is but an instrument of my will.
That's right.
How are we gonna wrap this?
We'll figure it out.
Eating something?
We'll just cut into pieces.
We're just gonna put it in our mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, but eventually.
Sit it in the middle of this table and we'll
Like a
start
salad.
You
eating
don't
it.
know that we won't finish it.
I'll figure it out.
Yep.
I am happy to volunteer to take some home.
Oh, pretty
Good
princess Tim.
Nice.
It's perfect. It fits. It's.
Oh, there you go.
With the
Yeah.
You gotta have the flourish.
yeah.
One day an ogre may save you from a tower.
And then you'll turn into a beautiful ogre yourself.
That's right. One can dream.
You're the prettiest princess.
Aww.
You don't want to be the prettiest princess. That bitch got problems.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What the fuck? Why are you roasting me like that?
Oh.
Oh, did you think you're the prettiest princess?
Mm.
Damn.
I'll
Holy
break my
shit.
dishes.
Thought you were the queen.
You're right. I
That's
am
right.
green.
Yeah.
Better
Well,
get
I
a
downgrade
sweater
next year
because
to
it's cold
princess.
out
I'm
here.
the
and all
Dowager
shades.
Empress.
That's
That's what I've always wanted to be. Creepy, crusty old woman who's like, I used to kill people in my sleep.
What's up?
Get off my lawn.
Now they just give everyone
No
kindness.
donkeys!
You can talk to your
Like-
godfather.
Stealing one now.
I
Don't
mean,
step over there. The
it's not
skeletons
mine.
will grab you.
I'm gonna
Leaning into this.
Oh,
lean
no.
with it, rock with it.
You looked over and I have just a piece of bread sticking out of my mouth.
So you're telling me you're Portuguese?
Yeah.
I mean, 3/4. 5.
5 quarters?
She's trying to count people to see how many plates she needs.
I was like, I believe you could be that Portuguese. I've met some of your family.
5/4.
That's
That's right.
And John's 5/4.
I am 125% Portuguese.
That's right.
The new Princess of Portugal over here.
That's right.
Someone bought me that Barbie once, Princess of the Portuguese Empire.
Wow.
Yeah.
She ain't no Islander.
No, she wasn't.
Her rule is not recognized.
Yeah. That
We
bitch don't know.
appreciate her.
No, we're island folk. It's different.
She don't bleed salt.
Like, why are you cutting cake with a bread knife?
Because technically it is bread.
I suppose.
Cake can classify as bread.
What? Cake?
What?
Doesn't have
Seriously? Are
yeast
you
in it, so
asking?
no.
Sure.
Although not all bread has yeast in it, that's true.
Well, I was gonna say German cake is yeasted cake.
That's true.
Say the words yeasted
It's
cake
dough.
doesn't sound as fun.
Sorry.
Oh, we're doing this thing.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeeted cake, that sounds fun.
Yeah, but it's far away then. I would like it here.
Yeah.
Yeet it in your mouth.
Yote it towards me, please.
Yote it.
That's been Jotun.
Oh, no.
The past part as well is yacht.
That's right.
It's got
It's yachten.
It's like that one got an extra slice of like
Well, There
cream.
you go, Tony. I think that's
Oh,
yours.
okay. All right.
Get
No,
that
no,
extra cream. Tony.
that's
That's-
you know,
it's all for you.
All right, yeah. No,
You
I-
work for that extra cream.
I accept
buddy.
this. Yeah. Yeah, me and Magnus are about to explode out of somewhere.
John,
so,
would you like a smaller piece
I'm okay.
or a regular? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
just making sure.
I'm doing decent sized pieces because this is. I'm sorry. Would you like the big piece?
No, it's fine.
You
that
have
one-
this one.
No, that one's for you.
More
You are-
cream, less cream,
Regular.
Whatever.
whatever the slice has.
Yeah.
she will accept whatever appears.
Except
Almost whatever appears.
she hasn't given us forks yet, so.
I mean, I think she was trying to see whether or not I'd make good on my promise to not use a fork.
That's true.
Which,
Don't use the 4 Tony. Everyone gets a 4-foot Tony now.
Gold. Those are black.
Why does it have to be the fucking gold one?
Seriously?
Weirdo. So particular.
The soul just licks out.
You
of
literally know her your entire life. You know the answer.
that's what that noise was.
Yeah. Like,
I understood it.
That's her. That's
You-
her being.
You?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure if you deny her this, she will become
Save
undone.
me cake. I'll eat cake when I get back.
No, we're just gonna.
Bread.
She will just cease being.
If you strike her
just
down,
evaporate.
she'll become
It's
more
either-
powerful
either
than
that
you
or
can ever
you'll
imagine.
cease One of these things will happen.
Thank you, crazy lady, who didn't come to pick up her cake for 3-4 days and didn't pay for it.
Thank you for being a bad
Well,
parent.
no. I found out they're still gonna give her store credit even though she never even paid for this shit.
Ooh, dumb.
Wow.
Which is really stupid, but that's what we have to do. We have to offer store credit even though she never paid.
Wow.
Is she gonna? Are we offering her credit to what she did pay? Because I assume she had to put some sort of down payment or something. No, okay.
That's how these folks keep
Only
doing
with
this.
approval from a manager can you have an unpaid cake.
Because they get rewarded
Oh,
for
I
being
see.
shitty.
Well,
But like the way our company runs is no matter what, if an order's not picked up, we have to give store credit.
that's weird.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
So people are just gonna start ordering cakes and not picking them up on purpose.
Yeah, that
Well,
seems
see,
like a
but that's
scam
the
in the
thing. We
making.
rarely accept balance due orders. Everything has to be paid over the phone
Mmm.
unless approved upon.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, normally they're
Like
paid for in
Kaiser, we
advance.
get like giant orders from Kaiser, and they get balance due because Debbie goes and does a discount, and they have like a special company card that they can't give over the phone. It has to be like swiped specifically,
Yeah.
and like which is understandable. We get it, but like there's just every once in a while there's one civilian.
So the
order.
inner workings of a cake shop. Thanks, internet.
It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
So,
This
Vivian, what'd
lady's
you
gonna
get?
show up in like 2 days and be like, "Where's my cake?" I'm like, "We have to throw it away."
Oh,
because you
what
didn't come
was
get
the
it."
total?
Threw it away into my
Shit,
mouth.
Yvonne
Yvonne had-
12.
Yvonne
Well.
had 9.
Oh, are you okay, Amanda?
Right? Only 9?
We're like single digits.
I know,
What?
right?
That's not even.
Right?
Who are you? Where do you mean?
It's one of Evine's shadow clones that she leaves to babysit you periodically.
No, it's just a coat full of like 6 possums.
I mean,
Yep.
No, it's 12 hedgehogs. That's more. That's more Yvonne.
Yep.
Night.
Bye bye. Take care.
24 Stokes, all in a trench coat.
Air fryer. I
Yes,
forgot to bring it.
I remember.
the new whiskey.
I anticipated having to take one
It's the
home
new
and then
whiskey.
forgot. So,
Well, we'll bring it
That
next week
brandy
for
bottle.
Friendsgiving.
hell yeah,
That
So I have to bring
haunted
the candied
Jaren for
ginger for
months.
you.
bonus gift. That's what's up.
Oh,
You okay?
my jaw is cracked.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought something slapped.
It did her mouth.
Just my jaw.
It's like, oh, wow.
Wow. All right. Well, Rethold, you hear the sound of boots in the back, and you're like,
Go, 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 go.
"Oh, this is a unit. Like they're funneling back here. Like they're getting ready. They're gonna try to kick this door
So the door is kicking.
and
back.
digging in." And you're waiting, and Magnus is fucking ready to go. Like a couple of times, you have to be like, "No, not yet, not yet, not yet. Just a little more, just a little more."
Take your shirt off. Keep your pants on. God damn.
And eventually,
yeah, not the other way
Pardon the
around.
intimidation.
they're close enough at this point, and you're like,
their fear.
"Go!" And both you and Magnus basically just ram into the door, which works exactly as you hoped it would. Imagine doing like a charge with a tower shield,
Oh yeah.
but it's a door.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were getting ready. You see the glimpse as the door comes off its hinges and shoots forward. You see the glimpse that they were getting ready to breach, and one of them is like kneeling a bit with the hand of his sword, and the door just comes to meet him right in the face, and both him and 3 of his colleagues over as it makes the most satisfying crack.
We call this the reverse Kool-Aid.
Yup.
Anime ass bullshit.
And Mother Usura, door breach you!
The door grows a hand and slaps you
Right.
for that comment.
Genya in the cellar is like, there are many hurtful stereotypes.
Yes.
I never say mean things about him.
You should, though. He'd appreciate it.
Not very- It's very
Should
Genya.
it feeds
No,
me.
not at all. It only gives you strength. No.
Yeah. I know you want it. We can't have it.
You're pretty sure the head of the wedge is dead on impact from the door colliding with his face and neck
Mm-hmm.
full force. 2 more are pinned under the door. Magnus has now come out from the empty threshold. To those around and those unfamiliar with the Vestan language, it sounds like Vestan. Rethel, it's just complete gibberish as his excitement has bubbled over. And he's like fucking speaking in tongues.
Oh
We're
boy.
gonna have to check on.
It's a religious
Magnus.
experience. No, he's fine.
Yeah,
Gives
he's
him in is like, I don't speak their language, but I don't think that's what it's supposed to sound
right.
I mean,
It sounds kind of off. He's making all the right sounds, but
I
not.
do speak that language. That's not what it's.
It's just fucking villagers from Animal Crossing.
Yep.
It's the old grumpy.
My God.
It's like fucking crazy white people when they go to church and they're possessed by the Holy Spirit.
You almost got Lisa on that one.
Oh no.
They start fucking speaking in tongues. Because they're invested by Jesus, except like he's invested by whoever the fuck pagan god. He probably doesn't
It's
know
the
which
All
one.
Father, isn't it?
Oh, we got a few.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
he doesn't know which one. Nor does he
Yeah.
care, right? Like it could
No.
be any of them.
It's the Chaos one.
whatever extra juju he getting from that
That's right.
magic tree person. Let's go.
Magic tree person.
No, but
Yep.
he's afraid of my magic earth person.
Well, no, he's definitely giving them something right now. This all makes sense.
Yep.
You just can't make those long-term bargains, then you're really in trouble. But whatever.
Yeah, Magnus is already sweaty. The battle hasn't even fucking started.
Oh no,
He's-
yeah, both, yeah, yeah. That's like we were.
They're just beautifully glistening
Oh yeah.
in the darkness.
It's from when they flexed to explode their shirts
the-
off.
yeah,
It also
Fist of North Star, yeah.
pushed the glistening sweat out.
I don't
That's
like
right.
the velvet.
It
I
makes
don't
those
need it,
sparkles.
It's like Jaren's favorite, so if you want, I can take some home for Jaren if you want.
Speaking of wrestlers, not Bret Hart, but the older guy, the woo,
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair.
yeah, just glistening,
Nature Boy.
just yeah, Nature
Yeah.
Boy, I was
Nature
like,
boy.
yeah, just yeah,
Fucking
that's-
Ric Flair.
yeah.
My mom did his platinum.
That's not wrong.
ones.
Here we go.
What?
After a kill.
Did his hair?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She used to
Holy
work at
shit.
Tight.
my dad doesn't know. She used to work at a salon before I was born in a hotel, and he came in to get his platinum redone, and my mom did
Before
it.
match,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Wow.
Your mom touched Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah.
He's sweaty. He looks damp.
He looks like tobacco. Like chewing up.
Permanently.
Yeah.
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 Clint Eastwood bought my mom a drink once.
Oh, I think I remember the story.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause
Yeah.
her and her friend were down in Carmel drinking at one of the bars that he owns because Clint
yeah.
Eastwood owns like most of
Because it's
Carmel.
Clint Eastwood, yeah.
And he like came in and was like, "Hello, ladies. What are you drinking?" And
It's mine.
And they were like, because the thing they were drinking had like a weirdly suggestive name, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
It was
okay.
one of those like,
Wasn't Sex on the Beach?
it wasn't Sex on the Beach, but it was something like that.
Buttery
where they,
nipples.
where they had to be like, well, Clint Eastwood, this is what we're drinking. And he was like, and then he got their next drinks, and then he
Nice.
left. And they were like, oh, Clint Eastwood.
Right.
He's not
Imagine,
black, but it was nice.
imagine having that kind of fuck
Well, that
you
was back
money,
in the
right?
70s before my mom discovered.
Oh.
Before that awakened in my mother.
Also, he looked less like tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine having that kind of fuck you money, though.
Yeah.
You can just walk into a bar and
Oh,
it's like,
God,
hey,
one day.
you know,
God, I wish.
I will pay your next drinks, and then I will be off. Like some sort of fucking...
Like Tuxedo Mask.
Yep, basically. That actually does something.
My work
It's like
here is
I'm
done. I was like, oh, you actually did something.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm a tuxedo mask that brightens people's days.
My dad rode on a plane with Dream Theater.
Oh,
Wow.
Shit.
We went.
They
we
weren't
went
like
to-
jamming the whole time, were they? Like,
No, but my dad apparently like had a whole conversation with one of the guys from Dream Theater on this plane
That's amazing.
because we went to Boston, but he had to work for something, so he came like a day after the rest of us did, and he's like, "Hey," he came like me and my sister were like, "Have you guys ever heard of Dream
Do you
Theater?"
know
And I
rock
was
bands?
like, "Yes." Why? He's like, "Oh, they were on the same plane as me. They were really nice dudes." I'm like, "God damn it, Dad! What? Why?"
There's the guy of shit, like, just, you're like, this is wasted on you. Like, you didn't appreciate it.
I told them a math joke, then I had to explain it to them.
Right?
It was so funny.
Oh my God, and his engineering jokes. Like, no one
Wow.
understands your jokes, Dad.
Wow.
That's why he tells them.
So yeah, all of you who are in the cellar hear the detonation as the back door, it's a little bit lighter in the cellar now because the back door has quit being
A door?
on the
Just
house.
quit the building.
Yeah.
It's just resigned.
One moment it was shut and bolted, and the second it was propelled with force and vigor towards the winter sun.
Nice.
So, and then you're hearing Magnus's crazy religious experience. Yeah, basically, more or less. Yep, he's speaking Aklo, and he doesn't even know what it is.
Nice.
All right, Marlena, the soldiers are starting to rush in. What are you? Dog? Are you licking the floor?
Yeah, she licks the edging right there for some
Gotcha.
strange reason.
Alright.
Fucking dog.
Trying to get the flavor of her butthole out of her mouth?
Ah,
Fayal, come here. Why are you like this?
It looks so shameful.
I mean,
She just sort of circled around like, oh.
you know what you did.
I mean, you can smell that box all you want in that minute.
as long as she's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
She's fine. She just likes to lick the stairs.
That's how you interact with the world, I guess.
Soldiers have started to come forward. Manuel has kicked his stool at this point away because shit's happening fast. He even got startled a little bit because he didn't expect the soldiers to come
To
down the
slide
stairs
down like
quite
that.
that
The
fast.
stairs have never been a slide.
No,
This is new.
he's lived here a long time, and the stairs have never done this.
You're welcome.
So yeah, like one of them, they seem to be wanting to take the old men in custody, and they don't pay attention to you that closely, and you find this coat is particularly well tailored for murder because your knife is in your hand, lightning fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fucking magician's coat.
Feed me!
Yep.
Nice.
And that poor dude is on his way to try to put a hand on Manuel and never makes it. As you step out and grab him by the back of his collar, and you sort of push your knife through him as you pull him back.
The fabric of the knife shears clear through his hand,
So basically,
lopping it off at the wrist.
he runs forward with his hand up, and before you know it, he's sort of yanked behind, and he has a gushing hole in his throat.
Nice.
The coat just killed a guy
Oh, nice.
with a trident.
I love it. I do love a trident. Why does everyone have a trident?
You should probably lay low for a while.
You're probably wanted for murder.
How many friends or family you could stay with?
As this happened, Genia, there's another of the four who tries to make a rush for Manuel, and his cleaver is out because he's getting ready, but that other one never makes it either. You have your knives out, and you basically just like almost like body slam him. He runs, and he sort of. It's like he hit a wall.
Can I kind of amend that actually?
You can.
She's gonna sweep down and basically trip him into the cleaver.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If you'd like to do that.
Assist.
Yep.
Ooh.
I think it would make him feel better to
Oh, I'm
kill most of
sure.
the people.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So it's gonna be like some sort of weird shadow dance where he took all the lives, but she put them on his.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You basically redirect and sort of get his legs underneath him, and he falls.
Right on it.
Your aim is just a teensy bit off. You were planning for the neck, but like the cleaver hits him like right in the middle of the face instead.
Oh, that's even better.
And then he uses his back to like stand back up again.
Yeah, it's you see like both sides of his face sort of slide down on the cleaver, and Miguel is just like,
yes, we're murdering people.
Yep.
Did you not?
and he
Is it Miguel or Manuel?
Manuel.
Okay.
He shakes it loose with a crack, right? Like he just gives it like a good shake,
The Bob Ross of assisted murder. Happy
and
accidents.
the body just slumps down.
Jenny
And
goes, "Two, good job."
the
Turn.
1 and 2 halves.
the adrenaline fully kicks in, and he's sort of looking around.
You can just extend the slide out the door.
Yep.
Just
Well, if more people come down the stairs, then yeah, like I'll shoot them. I'll shoot them out.
As you start hearing shit kick up upstairs from the shadowed corners of the cellars, Julian and Javier descend on the remaining 2 winter suns.
Yes.
It's much less refined than any of your fighting style, because they basically just ram into them to knock them on the ground and then
Hack away.
start hacking and stabbing
well,
away.
it's for them too, you know. It's a unit.
But
they're letting out, man.
They're working it out.
Yep.
Yeah. It's therapy.
and before long, there's not a soul left wearing a orange cloak alive in
Yep.
the cellar. Up top, Jimena, you sort of obfuscate the way to the cellar, and in the same move, you sort of grab the bomb and drop it on the floor, and startle the soldiers who were not quite expecting that. And you can clearly tell from the expression of one of them that they did not expect you to be quite so quick and dexterous, because
man.
in a flash
I'm only a little chubby.
you've sort of lunged and have drawn your sword across pretty much like the 3 front runners, and your sword digs into the last one that was sort of staring at you, and he coughs as blood starts to splatter down the blade of your sword on the floor. The other 2 that got wounded are sort of backing up with a string of Castilian expletives.
Mm-hmm.
These
You
That
hear
slit in your skirt is not for fashion; it's for mobility.
It is.
you hear basically in Castilian one of them back up and yell to all the other soldiers in the yard. Shit, that's the master of Aldana.
And in Castilian, just loudly, like, yeah, you fucking know
That's
it.
you're fucking right. Hell yeah.
To compound the statement, the one you killed sort of drops to his knees and then face plants.
Somewhere Ernesto is taking a long drag.
Staring off into the middle distance.
Yep,
Not as good as me, but
that's right.
still good.
Still good.
That just means how much better I am.
Right?
Master of
Evine, you're laying down fire in the courtyard that suddenly puts like an urge to funnel towards this building as the rear has not yet moved around the fan to circle the house, like realizes that there's threats outside the house too. A couple of them sort of topple over. You're pretty sure they're dead from your shots. But the most important bit is that you're firing unbeknownst to you, or maybe just as a perfect stroke of luck, because that happens to you when you use that bow, almost serves like a blowing of a war horn, and suddenly a bunch of the folks in the courtyard jump over stalls, come out of houses with various fucking implements
There it
and
Yeah.
start to descend
Yes.
on the prophet's sword. You hear pistols that getting
So you mean the Winter
discharged.
Suns?
They're basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's what they are.
Same diff.
Prophet
Um,
son.
Prophet Sun, Winter Swords.
Yep.
Pistols are being discharged into the crowd. You see a couple people toppling over, but it doesn't stop. And you hear warnings being shouted, but not fast enough
You gotta fight for your right
for
to party.
before these people sort of collide with the Winter Sun, and there's a full-on brawl. It almost makes you want to look at your bow in awe, because you just fired 2 or 3 shots, and you're like, well, I guess that was enough to fire this powder keg. All right. The Winter Sun are now stuck between an angry mob, Jimena at the top of the stairs, Magnus and Rethold just Kool-Aid manning it outside of the back door. It's starting not to look good. So
Starting.
next round, what is going to be your approach?
Well, there's no more. There's nothing else down here, right?
No. Although there's plenty of commotion towards the back where Rethold and Magnus just left the cellar, and there's plenty of commotion at the top of the stairs where Jimena's fighting a detachment.
I mean, my approach is pretty much the same as the last time. I know what my duty is here.
Yeah. I don't need to protect him, so.
You also don't know. You didn't hear the whispers.
Yeah, exactly. Jenny's gonna call up the stairs. Do you need help, Jimena?
I mean, technically no, but you know, could always use it.
All right, and then as Jenny goes to where the fun slide is, they immediately become stairs again. And Okay. And so she's gonna go up there and start laying down the law up there.
I picture it's like the stairs from Hook, where the flip, flip,
Yep,
flip,
yep,
flip,
yep.
flip.
100%. I assumed they would just meet her feet as she was running up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But stay stairs behind her.
So we have anime bullshit. That's
I'm a straight up anime character.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep going boxer, and I'm not gonna use my knives, and I'm just gonna snap necks. 'Cause that
You do it.
makes me feel better. All
Pretty
right.
sure there's 9
Still
for my
brawl and
crabs.
brawl.
Okay.
Brawl and
Yep.
brawl.
Run, bro.
Brawl.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the extra from oh wait, and then the other extra for brawl or boxer, which goes into the rolling. I'll keep that one. All right, just 2 of those.
Yeah, Jimena is just gonna start stabbing beesies as they try to come in the building.
Rolled a bunch of 9s and 6s.
You're holding the fort.
Ooh, that's actually nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Actually, no. Jimena is gonna move outside. She needs room to really shine.
You don't risk setting fire.
Also that, because the other thing that I have in mind could potentially set several things on fire. So Jimena's gonna move outside to start dealing with the dudes outside. But
Okay.
for now she's still just going to be using her sword.
Well, you hear Xenia coming up the stairs, so
Yeah.
it's almost like a
Like, I leave these to you. Oh, I'll put this one over here.
Evine, what is your approach?
I would unlock. Okay.
Oh,
I'm looking for some sort of flourish that can happen to make like Square Lady or one of the people who are helping us look even cooler and be confused.
okay.
That's fun.
So you're basically gonna try to use your support fire to help the crowd below
Yeah,
and sort of.
give
Help.
them a surge of morale and.
Oh,
whatnot.
sure.
That will be
We're winning somehow.
12 for Genia.
12. Okay.
Jimena got 10.
I'm gonna let you panache this. Evine, if you'd like.
Okay.
Get your panache out. El panache.
You said 11.
10.
10.
So I'm gonna use a different tactic. So I'm gonna get the bonus die for that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to stand on top of the door and just crazy eye at all of them and be like, "Surrender now, and we'll accept your application to the guard. Otherwise, you will all die." So I'm going to use that as either a panache
Intimidate.
or brawn plus intimidate.
Yep.
I also want to use stare down to so it only technically applies to one character.
Mhm.
So I don't know how that would
Well,
cycle into it
we'll-
since
we'll-
I'm trying
we'll
to do
count
a
here.
group flex.
yeah.
But even if it only gives me one of them, then that works.
Yeah. It will start with 1, depending on what you pour into it.
Yeah.
Will it might apply to more.
Boo, no tens. Oh well. So reroll that one at least. Okay, so one reroll. And do I want to reroll another? Could be lower.
I'm just in here being like, I'm gonna ask this every time I enter a new space. Because I ran into a brawl with only my fists, does that count as as gaining another point?
Not a second one.
Okay.
It's still part of the same plan.
That's true. It's a new room, though. I don't know what's up there.
No,
I know.
Please don't stop asking me. I appreciate the hustle.
Better to ask than be sure.
Well, does this mean I get a hero point because my either actions cause trouble or I'm putting self in danger to ensure a place at the Allfather's table?
Yes.
Well, I definitely earned one because I commit to a dangerous action that I believe is destiny, so...
I'm about to get one.
Is that yes to one or both?
Yeah, both.
Toy.
Well, I used one anyway.
Man, I better think of something to reveal.
Right?
all along.
Yeah. Just stand up there with your bits out and be like,
Woo! Well, what's your hubris that earns you something too? Amanda?
That means I have to go across the room and look at the characters.
heaven forbid.
I was like, because I have
How
three
far-
backgrounds.
How
One
far
second,
across
I
the
have-
room are you going? Your
I have your
bathroom can't be
hubris.
that big.
Give me a second. I'll tell you what it is.
Your bathroom can only be like 8 by 8 at best. Math. Okay.
Your hubris is curious, so...
No, but your hubris usually gives you something.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, that's when. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking virtue.
no.
Yep, receive a hero point when you investigate something unusual, especially if it looks dangerous.
There you go. So, you should have been earning a lot more hero points because you're always sticking your nose in places where you
Yes.
don't belong.
You
We
always
don't even know
investigate
half the
dangerous
time when you're
things.
doing it.
Yeah.
That's true. Oops.
I'm like, I have 4 ways to make hero points. But I only ever run into one.
I was just looking at my 2. I have written it somewhere that is not my character sheet, but it was something to do with like upholding the
Whoops.
the knight
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
virtue things, like specifically.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, you should have 2 backgrounds that have quirks that earn you hero points, and your hubris. I have an
When I looked at
extra.
the hubris.
I have an
Oh,
extra
whoops.
background because of Ricardo.
Hubris.
I get to use
My
I have
hubris made
2
me not look at my
sorcery at this
hubris.
You know what?
Hubris.
You have Bard as a background, right?
Amanda?
Yes.
Yeah. She get a point every time she sings a stupid song?
No,
Skull does something similar.
give me a quick second here. Because I think...
I missed all of the opportunities.
Oh Jesus! I should have been using more dice this whole time.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
It is.
I only got 9.
Right? Okay.
Because I have Fencer, which gives me a bonus die every time
Yep.
I fucking use my goddamn sword.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I'm
that's-
specifically saying I'm going up barehanded because I'm using Boxer.
Yeah.
It's Deadeye gives me aim wrist, so that's why it's always the yeet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get Fencer too for my daggers. So
But also bar fighter if I don't want to yeet.
If I don't want to eat...
sometimes
Well, I have Riot Breaker if I just want to, like,
to eat.
take down 10 people.
I was considering that.
I love Riot Breaker.
Yeah, because you're just like no. Say no to brute squads.
Yeah. I've specialized in groups.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I have Legendary Trait Brawn, Specialist Brawn, Quick Reflexes Brawn, or Brawl. So I'm like, everything I do is Brawn and Brawl. And then if I add Boxer on top of that, that's 4 extra dice. 2 of them at 10s, which explode.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I built Genya very strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Strong like 8 bulls.
Yeah.
And a bear.
This whole thing has distracted me from my mission to build our ships. Specialist.
I mean... This is,
Gotta find those character sheets.
For some reason, banana phone is in my head now.
I had banana phone stuck in my head the other day.
I heard banana boat. And I was
Okay.
confused.
so...
Banana
Just
boat.
to save you, Amanda, the trek to have to read all of this stuff. Your bard background basically gives you hero points when you take actions that embody one of the Avalon legends.
Yes, I
Now-
do remember that one.
Evine specifically
It is an Avalon
takes
legend.
a lot of actions
Right.
that emulate Paiga the Forgotten,
Mhm.
Oh, that's why you
because
forgot.
and this action that you're taking right now will 100% emulate that. Here,
Yay.
there are no stories of Paiga, no mention
I
of
do
their.
have her written on my character sheet.
I thought so, right? I remember you and I discussing this, but here's the context: no mention of their heroics or their battles. Not even a mention of their gender. The only reason the people of Avalon know the name is because it was carved into a place at Eliod's table. Some say that Pega betrayed Eliod and was cast out of the circle. Others know that Pega was Eliod's most loyal spy and chose to be forgotten.
There's 180% Evine.
Yeah.
So, in your actions right
And I
now,
said Pega was here.
yep, that's right. Well, as a knight of Elaine, you basically
Just kidding.
have become one of the living legends, right? So, Paiga's trying to through your actions.
Okay.
So basically, as you take this action right here, you're choosing to step out of any of the glory. You're letting the people of Castile get their victory. And what you do will very likely never be known, but will sort of work at building their own legend. So that would give you a hero point for
Ooh.
doing something that takes the spotlight away from yourself.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
You're welcome.
I just been shitting hero points the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't know.
Yep. You
But
should
then
have been.
Maybe I was also using them with all my cool shots.
It's almost like
Trick
you're
shots.
Evine.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're Evine.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
You're
right.
Evine IRL.
Yeah.
How many was that, Retold?
9.
9.
9.
I just asked your question.
11 for me, by the
Nine.
way.
There was 11 for Evine.
Okay.
Did I already see mine? I had 9.
Yeah.
Also.
I got everybody else.
So we have 9,
9 and 9.
10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, there's
You
2
got 10.
9s. There's
I
2
got
9s, 10, 11, 12.
Nice.
Well, Jimena sort of leaves the vicinity. You just leap over the stalls. Fortunately, there's no boxes of fruit there anymore, so it's a pretty easy leap. You actually almost like bunny hop over one of the guys that you just slash with your sword and just land in the courtyard. As you do this, Zhenya comes barreling into the room, just ready to brawl. And there's a big bundle of people for you to tackle there. Some of them are already wounded, so I'm assuming you're coming up the stairs and you just don't stop.
No.
You'd never stop running.
Nope.
And before long, you are upon these 3 men, and they hit the back of the stall with a crack.
That's it.
The stall keeps pushing just a little bit forward as Jimena leapt over it, and then you just full on tackled and are now like gripping one under your arm.
Yep.
You hear the telltale snap as you contract your muscles. And you're like, good to go. Good to go.
Anyone else?
Yeah. There's smoke still here, so to accentuate the terror, they didn't quite see what barreled up the stairs quite clearly,
A happy
because
young lady.
Jimena's smoke bomb is still clearing up.
Nice.
Something came up, and bowl these men over.
And it went.
Yep. Now death is coming. All right. You've cleared sort of the area under the awning, but there's a courtyard full of people, and you see now that you're up top, both of you, that people have joined the fight.
Nice.
There's a bunch of Castilians like battling these people. Many of them have like peasant weaponry, right? Like they're just mostly using
Sickles,
tools
yeah.
and knives and axes. But Jimena, you see that a few of them are, they don't necessarily look like nobility, but they look a little bit more well off. And you see some swords being pulled out. You see a pistol or two.
Nice.
We're starting the revolution.
And we'll get to that in just a second. As Evine, you sort of observe what the crowd is doing down there, and you take a breath, and you're just like, not necessarily utter a prayer, because that's not something you do, but you sort of let the legend guide you, and almost ask, like, let me get these people. I saw your face. He said, it was beautiful. Like we said earlier, timing is everything. So basically, you're like, let my arrow guide to where they will increase these people's legend. And you sort of scan into the crowd, and you fire your bow with incredible precision every time you see someone is about to get overwhelmed by a Winter Sun soldier. When the tide is about to turn against them, you sort of let an arrow loose, and people like start to topple and get back on the upper hand. Your last shot basically protects the burly lady that you were seeing earlier as she's like cracking down her cudgel on a bunch of people. And a soldier that was approaching her from the side, like, just immediately gets keeled over and dies for no apparent reason. So the lady becomes like super galvanized by that. Like before long, she's yelling and brandishing her cudgel that's now covered in Winter Sun blood, and it's splattering blood everywhere. And the crowd is responding. They're sort of following her, and you, even from your perch, start to see the terror in the Winter Sun's eyes as they're very clearly have lost control of this situation.
You're no longer in control here.
To add to this pandemonium, the crowd is pushing them further and further towards the stalls, and you see Jimena leap over the stalls at that very moment. So they're basically rushing the Winter Sun into where Jimena is at. At this point, you're basically just swordplay, right, Jimena?
Mm-hmm.
So as this is happening...
Yeah. Jimena is like, jump over the stall, 3-point land with her sword in hand, and then stand up and does the... like,
come at me.
Some of the soldiers head your way more from like, trying to regain control of a bad situation than pure bravado, because they don't have time to think, right? Like, shit is fucking happening. There's citizens sort of beating on them suddenly, and so a couple of them rush you away, with a third one sort of moving to flank, and you sort of like, you almost flash back to your training with Ernesto with the 3 rings on the ground, and how he's basically like, you everything's about distance, right? Like you keep your enemies on the outer ring until you're ready to bring them closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
But little do they know, this is the most dangerous ring when they ride up to you. And you sort of let them approach. And before long, you just make like a perfectly executed motion. You lunge at the first one. Use the momentum to sort of parry the sword of the second and slash him right across the throat. And as you sort of, almost in a dance move, right? Like your foot lifts from the ground, your other foot like twirls like a dancer, and your back foot sort of comes down to the ground, and you just raise your sword like perfectly braced. And the third one basically just impales himself on your sword as he comes towards you.
Yep.
And lands basically in your arms.
Who else wants some?
You have 3 bodies at your feet, right? And the Winter Sun are increasingly unsure of where to go because there is death on either side of this, and basically next to no avenues.
They chose badly. Mm-hmm. They chose poorly. Indeed.
Marlena, you're standing right by Manuel, and you can't shake the feeling that something bad is gonna happen. You can't step away from him even to go help your friends, right? Because you're like, something's gonna happen to him, and the adrenaline is sort of starting to leave now that there's nobody like in front of him. Like he just hears the chaos, and you hear him say, "What is happening? Are the people fighting?" And as he says that,
Do you?
yep.
Singing the songs of angry men.
Thank you.
It's perfect.
Oh.
And as he says that, you feel the hairs like on the back of your neck raise, and something almost like tells you like, now. And almost without like a thought, you let loose of your knife and throw it at one of the guys that was on the floor, just as he had drawn a pistol and was ready to shoot
Oh, he wasn't quite dead,
at
eh? Now he's dead.
Manuel. And your knife just lands right at the top of his eye. And he sort of crumples dead. Javier immediately goes to that body and says like, I thought he was dead, and just grabs the pistol from his dead hands. And Manuel sort of looks at you and he's like, how did you know?
A lady has to have some secrets.
He's sort of like
my jacket.
halfway between amused and scared, but he sort of takes that and he's like, I thank you either way.
Of course.
All right, well, Rethold is next, so we'll wait for Tony's travails to be over.
Yep. Stick my head out right now.
Once she's killed those 3 dudes, and the other Winter Sun are very clearly hesitant, Jimena is going to turn and shout in Castilian, basically like people of Liso! The Winter Sun killed this killed Julio Manueles because he found out something that that they didn't want us to know, and that's that they work for the Inquisition.
Oh, there we go.
You've been told that the Prophet's sword doesn't need to be here, but it's already here, and it's them.
All right. Roll me,
Nice.
give me like a panache and give me some convince or intimidate in there. All right.
Ooh, thank you. Goodness.
Retold,
Uh-huh.
Magnus is going loose.
Yeah.
Come down fools.
Yeah.
But while he's doing that, that sort of frees you to use the door as a stage
Exactly.
and sort of get on there and try to get this group to stand down. And you see in their faces that shit is not going according to plan. Not just with your wedge, but they hear the sound in the courtyard right now. It's fucking chaos. You hear a lot of anguish screams from their brethren. You can tell they're shaky at this point. And you sort of give them the stare down and you're like, you'll have to die here. We can give you proper employment if you stand down. It seems to take hold. You see one basically start to raise his hands, then two. A third one refuses and promptly loses his head to Magnus.
Yeah.
Almost in sync, right?
You chose wrong.
And a fourth one gets tackled immediately right after for reaching for something in his coat. You're not sure if that was a weapon or not, but
Oh no, you
you
fucked
know,
up. Yeah.
that was
Should know
not
not to do that.
that was not part of the multi-choice question.
Yeah.
You tried to-
Anything that wasn't dropping and
Yeah.
moving was
but between the yells in Castilian and your stare down from your stage that's, standing on top of 3 winter sun bodies, you gain control of the back courtyard. Whatever few dissidents are left, like Magnus is running after, there's one last one that refuses to drop the weapon and hightails it back to the front, and Magnus is like a fucking guard dog, like chasing after him, looping back up front. You hear a clatter of weapons on the ground. The first one you turn sort of looks at you and unclicks the cloak and sort of lets it
Yeah, that's
fall
the
to the
appropriate.
ground.
Yes, that is the appropriate response.
And before long, the rest of the ones follow suit. And you see that first guy clearly at this point is like, I am fighting for the wrong side. I am aware. He reaches in his coat's breast pocket after letting the cloak down, pulls out a pin and tosses it on the ground. And even from your vantage point, you recognizes the pin as a prophet sword pin.
They've all been deputized.
And following in his examples, the 6 or 7 left at the door do the same. Like you hear the clatter in the back, like you keep hearing metal hitting pavement as the pins sort of fall down. Up front, Jimena has brought the ugly truth to everybody's attention, and the crowd is whipped into a fucking frenzy. The lady with the cudgel is climbing on top of what seems to be fallen Winter Sun soldiers, and
They're all furniture now.
she bellows to her fellows, like almost to echo what you said. The church has put spies in all of our backyards and our houses and our streets. I say no more. And the rest can best be described as a massacre. Some Winter Sun at this point try to surrender, and it falls upon deaf ears as a wave of what you can only describe as people airing grief and repressed fear. It's all coming out in the open, and it's not pretty there for a second as people get butchered and hacked to pieces. You see a soldier come from one of the side streets, clearly running from the back. And then an axe follows him and hits him square between the shoulder blades as Magnus sort of comes right behind him.
He's been brave to see.
And pulls it right out, right, like, of the body. And the guy is clearly, like, not dead, like, he's on the ground, like, he lost the use of one of his arms and he's still trying to crawl. And Magnus puts the axe on his shoulder and just yells at the crowd, "Oh, Castilians! This one still lives and is trying to crawl away." And then he just turns back into the alley and he's whistling and just like leaves away. Before long, that dude gets swarmed by people stomping on him, stabbing him. It's carnage. At that point, Marilena, Julian sort of like rushes down the stairs and says that the courtyard is ours. The Winter Sun have just been massacred. People have weapons everywhere. I don't know what's happening. Manuel doesn't even wait and sort of steps up, right? Like he goes to the courtyard, and it's at this point it's a mess of dust and dead Winter Sun, dead citizens there in the melee. There's blood, there's bodies everywhere, there's a smell of gunpowder, and almost on beat, almost Marilena, like you know the next chapter of where the story is gonna go. Manuel tucks a thumb into his belt and says, "Oh Dios mío, we're going to need weapons."
I know where you can get
That's
that.
what I fucking
We
said.
know where to find them.
And we will break here for this session.
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
Oh, that was nice.
We're gonna have such an awesome party.
Yeah.
Murder party.
Murder party. There's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be amazing.
We fireworks. Fireworks of a different kind.
Maybe even different kinds of fireworks. Who knows? I have a young pet that I need to go check on.
What do we got for fireworks? For XP.
Get you some for
Yeah.
for fireworks.
For fireworks XP.
I mean, that's
Yep.
admittedly pretty
what we're
interchangeable
doing.
there, yeah.
I have some ideas for these new recruits.
Evine, as you pull your bow away and the people start massacring the Winter Sun into the streets, Evine hears the wind almost say,
Good job.
"No one will know, and they won't remember you either, but I will."
Wait, look at your clothes. Is it something you're wearing?
And then it says, "That'll do, pig. That'll do."
No. She already gave them their. She gave them their name long ago. It took more than blood. All right. Say goodnight, internet.
Good night, internet.